Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Uh,
Hi.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here. Yes, magic. Full SpongeBob magic.
I miss SpongeBob. I know it's still there, but
yeah,
I miss it.
He never dies.
No, I miss being in middle school and loving it. Is what
He
I
lives
guess
in all of us.
He lives in all of us.
Have you invited SpongeBob into your heart, Lorian?
Well, next time if I see something that says, "Where are you going?" I'll be like, "I'm going to Bikini Bottom."
I'm going to Bikini Bottom.
Just start whistling Tiny Tim as you walk away.
What was the episode where he goes to he goes
to rock
deeper?
bottom?
Yeah, he goes to rock bottom. Oh, that's great.
All I can think of is "See you next Tuesday."
Yeah,
I
chocolate.
Don't
Anyways,
understand your accent.
That's good. Let's just talk about that.
This is now a SpongeBob podcast. Change the graphics.
Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we talk about SpongeBob SquarePants and Bikini Bottom and Rock Bottom.
And make magic.
And make magic. We are here with the Mongoose Crew. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Welcome. Before we jump into tonight's session, well, first and foremost, I should finish the introduction. For those who have no idea what this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, and breathing in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. Absolutely not. But thank you for asking, Sarah. Actually, no, thank you for demanding, Sarah. Yeah, demanding, yeah.
I can't do a backflip. I can offer you a splits.
I'm even going to do that.
No.
You guys want to see Jamie do a split on camera?
There's this new thingy, this new trend thing where you are on your knees and you try and jump up to your legs. And I will not share it with you, but I have 2 videos, one of me trying to do it, and it's so embarrassing and awful, and one of Jaren doing it perfectly, and I hate him for it. I love that, Jamie.
Incredible. Jamie, please take a point of inspiration for that beautiful split.
My hamstrings. Thank you.
You got to keep limber. I mean, that's the only way you can do it. Yeah,
that's the only way.
I'm in my mid-30s. I'm in my mid-30s. You got to keep limber.
Gotta keep. Okay.
I looked at you do that, and I'm hurt. Like my body seized up, and I'm now injured. Thank you.
Inside, deep down inside.
It's the least I can do.
Announcements. For those who are interested in possibly playing and joining the Astera family, we still are looking for a player for our Tuesday night campaign. We're missing one from our 6. So if you're interested in checking that out, you can do so by going to startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. We play every Tuesday night, and it's super fun, and we've been doing it for a long time. Not as long as this group, but a long time. So yeah, please check that out. Right there, right down there, that one. Also, it's in the video description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, what are you doing on Twitch? Just kidding. Watch it wherever you want. I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Anyways, don't need to talk about that. Cool. Moving right along. Daggerheart. That's it. No. Last Saturday we had our first Daggerheart game. The kind of beginning to will now probably be a 2-shot, which we will be finishing up this Saturday, which will also be streaming. So you can check that out this Saturday. But for those who don't know or haven't heard, Daggerheart, the new TTRPG system, built, made, designed by the people at Daring to Press, Critical Role people. That system has come out officially. It's been out for 8 days. So yeah, you guys should check that out. I would normally suggest joining into our one shot, but we are currently filled to that. We will probably have more in the meantime, but just kind of want to. I guess I really just kind of want to shout out Daggerheart's pretty cool. You guys check it out. To be honest with you, I think, for all of our campaigns here, we're not going to like switch over mid-campaign or anything like that. But Mongoose Crew, definitely it would make a lot of sense to do Daggerheart instead of D&D. So it's a really cool system. Puts a little bit more, a little bit more power in the story in the hands of the players. In a cool way, a way that we try to do here as much as possible, but it is a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to do there. Also, check out the hit point system for Daggerheart. It's awesome. I don't think it's new. I think there's other games that do it, but it is a very, very good and cool idea.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it as intense as City of Mist is? Because I think you've played City of Mist, right? Okay, good.
Yes.
I don't like that much agency, like City of Mist wise, but okay.
Yeah, it's about. You don't like City of Mist because of the amount of agency.
Yes.
Okay, I think City of Mist is just. I really want to play City of Mist in some aspect, but I do think it is. It's very complicated. I would say there's less
complication.
Yeah, there's less complication. Okay. Yeah. A good thing I've been saying this. This is the third time saying this now, but I think this is kind of like the best sort of like representation of explaining how great and easy Daggerheart is that the person that played the wizard last Saturday had never played a TTRPG before. So for those who have tried to play a wizard in D&D 5e, it's a very steep learning curve. Is a lot of stuff.
You don't play a wizard as your first.
Yeah. I mean, you can if you're glutton for punishment, but but yeah, it was, and she did great. I think she had a great time. It was really nice. Awesome. So, cool. So yeah, please check that out. Also, if you are interested in playing a Daggerheart game, this is not a like sort of sponsorship or anything like that, but Start Playing is a great place to go to. So startplaying.games. There's a lot of GMs that are starting to kind of work through it. To be honest with you, I really want Daggerheart to be, in that sort of trifecta of the big TTRPGs, because I think it's really worth it. I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's it. Also, if you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or that evil other place. Just kidding. You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below, right down there, at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. You can see some of our favorite moments of the past 50 years. No, 5 years. Yeah, that's it. I think that's all I got. So yeah, before we jump into tonight's session, we need to get a recap of where we left off with our beloved Mongoose Crew. So, Lorianne, please take it away.
All right. So we jumped into last week's session an hour into our trip on the boat. We had a basic intro to all of the crew, and we were brought to where we would be lodging. It is rather cramped with hammocks and a space for our things. It really did look like they kind of just moved stuff out of the way, and they're like, we have this amount of people, so let's put up this many hammocks. So Eldrin, for no reason whatsoever, she just wants to be under the stars. Thinks that it might be better for her to sleep above deck in the open air, which Saren says will probably be fine, just to double check with the crew. Milo then uses his insight to see how Eldrin is doing, and he is able to surmise that she's not doing so well, especially below deck. But who knows why she doesn't feel good? No one. Anyway. So Eldrin leaves to go ask someone from the crew if she can sleep above deck. And then the group then has some fun where they make jokes about the gnolls and beating them off and all of that stuff, and which was a lot of fun. And then Marvin is being a little bit difficult and doesn't want to talk, and Broomhilda makes him, and we quickly learn Marvin's just embarrassed by his voice, and You gotta leave him alone. So once on the deck, Eldrin notices Cece rolling around, so asks him if she can sleep on top of the deck. And he tells her that she would need to check with Valdani, Jack, or Lucia. So Eldrin sees that Valdani is on the deck right now, so she goes to approach her. Guar and Brumhilda then come up, and Guar is on a mission to find pirate clothing. So he approaches Cece to ask if there's any pirate clothing he can have, and Cece also says you need to ask Valdani. A fun fact, though, is that Cece does point his cannon arm towards Guar when Guar says he's a soldier, and that will happen a couple of times throughout the few hours that we are on the ship, because Guar somehow forgets or doesn't think it's a big deal. I don't know. So there's obviously something that's going on with soldiers and the ship, the pirate people, the crew not really being trusting, and Cece has interpreted it as, let me point my cannon arm towards people. So Eldrin asks Valdani if she can sleep on the deck, and Valdani says, yeah, that's no problem. There's a spot that will work above the captain quarters. Nothing weird is going to happen there. So she's told that stuff will be moved around so that her and Noros can stay there. Guar then interrupts and asks if there are pirate clothes, and Valdani tells him that he needs to go ask Castian because he'll be able to fit into those clothes. So we then flip over to Saren and Raylor, who are talking to Valsis. Saren leaves Raylor to tinker with Valsis. Raylor is just in heaven, and so she leaves him on his little play date. And then Wilbur comes up on deck and is looking for a pirate to talk to. He speaks with Castian, and Wilbur basically just asks a bunch of questions. He wants to understand what pirates do, who they are, and then after all that says, I want to work the mast. He wants to guide the ship. This is probably going to be the only time he's on a pirate ship, so let's do this. And Castian's like, maybe. So Wilbur's on this mission. Guar then also approaches Castian, and Castian agrees to let him borrow some clothes so that he can look more the part and also not be in armor that would make him sink to the bottom of the ocean, which doesn't matter because he has a collar, but it's fine. So let's see. Milo, just being Milo, decides that instead of just coming back onto the deck, he wants to walk along the side of the ship. And it really does look like he's snooping, but he's really not. But him saying I'm not snooping into open windows, you can't say that and then people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're not snooping. So Milo... Cece points his cannon at Milo, and and Milo does end up pooping because he gets really shocked. he poops. He can't help it. It's fine. It's not on the poop deck. It's in the ocean. It's whatever.
We've all been there. We can just carry on.
We've all been there. We've all been there. So anyway, Milo's actions are questioned, and it's kind of discussed like, Milo, you need to stop going off on your own. Whenever you go off on your own, bad things happen. This time it wasn't something that someone else did to him. It was something that his body did to him. It was a betrayal. Anyway, so we also discuss the Mongoose Crew is all up on the deck, and we discussed that we need to have a solid plan before arriving at Mapelese. Eldrin is very clear that we can't just wing it, especially if Grancelli is there, because last time we winged it, actually we didn't even wing it, we had a plan. Last time we planned and thought it was solid, Eldrin died, so she would prefer if that doesn't happen again. So Eldrin and Guar both say that they're going to talk to their prospective gods to see if they can get a little bit of insight into what to do. Lucia comes up onto the ship deck and basically tells the group what the expectations are. It becomes very clear that Lucia is not great at this, at talking to paying customers. So it all boils down to, though, that we are passengers, the crew have jobs, and we need to stay out of their way. We can do whatever we want as long as we're out of the way. So let's see. Wilbur asks Lucia if he can steer the ship, and she agrees to let him when she has her turn at the helm because of how cute he is. So Lucia leaves all the chaos, and Saren follows her into her quarters, and Jack brings out drinks for everyone. I think it was rum. So the Mongoose Crew drink their rum, and drunk shenanigans ensue. Eldrin didn't drink, but Jack flirts with Guar a lot. Cassian plays a song, and it's beautiful, and it gets to all of us. Milo gets drunk, even though he's a monk, because he forgets that he can't, and just starts screaming, "I'm king of the world" a bunch.
He was so
moved by the song.
By this music.
Yeah.
Fundamentally moved. He forgot his whole race.
Yeah.
Great.
Guar pushes Eldrin's buttons a lot. Well, not a lot. It's actually a normal amount. But Eldrin is just in a bad place. And Milo cries and starts screaming for Raylor. Eldrin just loves to bring the mood down and tells Guar that she feels like her soul is being crushed every mile closer they get to Mapelese, and then proceeds to go below deck to not be a buzzkill. So then we switch over to Saren and Lucia, who are chatting. Lucia goes to talk to Valsis about Cece and him trying to shoot everyone, and Saren decides she's going to be cute and adorable and snoops a bit. She sees that there's more money in the safe than they normally got when she was on the ship before, and she then goes through Lucia's stuff a little bit more and is able to decipher some of a code left on Lucia's desk. When Lucia comes back and sees Saren with this code, or with this, she acts like she's amused because Saren's like, "Oh no, look at me," but Saren can tell she's not, which is really weird.
Can we get one of those one more time?
"Oh no, look at me." That actually looks like boobs. I think it would have landed better if Saren had her shirt off and did that as she's holding the papers, but...
Oh no!
No.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Anyway, so we go back to the drunk shenanigans. Wilbur learns how to play the flute. He doesn't actually, but he's adorable. And Guar gets his pirate clothes. Saren goes looking for Raylor because she hears Milo like screaming and crying for him, which is just so weird. So she goes to check on Raylor, and Milo finds them and makes Raylor go back to the deck with him, and they do some Titanic shit, like really intense, like Milo forcing Raylor to put his arms out and scream. So it's great.
Yes.
Then Saren goes down to the to where their sleeping quarters are, and her and Eldrin have a very honest conversation. Eldrin is mad and doesn't know how Saren is not more angry or upset about everything. Eldrin takes some digs about how, of course Saren's not sad. Everything comes up for Saren. Like, she has hope, Eldrin doesn't. And Saren then reminds her that she has a contract where she literally has to kill people in order to stay alive. So it just devolves into more of a conversation. Eldrin kind of digs in and says, well, she doesn't need any company, but Saren is very sweet and offers to get her some hot water for tea. So Saren leaves. When Saren leaves, Eldrin hears a voice say, "You're right, and doesn't see anyone. And when she does call out, like, who's there, Cosfear appears, and they end up having a theological discussion about Persana and Umberly, two very different gods, but still ocean related. They have very different faiths, and they're very honest with each other on how they view each other's gods / faith. And Cosfear kind of challenges Eldrin and asks her questions about where control has gotten her. And they agree to disagree. But a highlight, Cosfear said that their convo was a 7 out of 10, and that other conversations on the ship are usually a 5 out of 10. So that's pretty good. So Saren then walks back up to the deck, and I think she's intercepted by Jack on her way to get tea or water for Eldrin's tea. Jack basically inquires what the status is of like the Mongoose Crew and also Guar, and that he thinks that Guar is really interested. Doesn't ask for permission, says like me and Guar are together. Like this is gonna happen. So Saren also tells Jack that she's on her way to get some water for Eldrin's tea because Eldrin is sad and seasick. And then she proceeds to tell him what happened with Lucia, and when she does that, he gets a little weird. Saren tells him that she wants to know what's going on, and he tells her a little bit about what's been happening since Saren hasn't been with them. But when Saren asks about the cult that Valdani told us about, the Merlin Loke, is that it? Yes. The Merlin Loke, he is kind of unconvincing and tells Saren it's better to not get involved. So Saren tells him that she wants to know what's going on, and that she's more than happy to swap secrets for secrets when he points out, well, you haven't told me anything about your friends. So then he proceeds to grab her hand and run upstairs with her, obviously to ravage her. The end.
Was that conjecture ChatGPT's edition?
Yeah, I didn't say that. That wasn't from my head, obviously.
No.
That wasn't from the fan fiction I've been writing about.
I was gonna say, was it from the same ChatGPT fan fiction you had from the Iron and Flames or whatever that book is that Miranda's reading right now?
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Did I get it right, honey?
Iron and Flame.
Iron Flame.
Okay.
Flame.
What did I say?
Iron and
You said
Flame.
iron
Through the
and
iron
flame.
and the flame.
Like a loser. Like a loser.
Dragon smut.
It's
God.
Smut
Hey.
and Dragons.
Iron
You
and
say that
Flame.
with more reverence,
No,
okay?
Iron Flame.
It's about
Dragon
70. It's about 70% smut, 20% dragons,
How
and
smutty
10.
is it though? In the sense of like, is it like detailed, or is it more like let's fade to black, but you know what's happening?
No,
It's pretty
it's
detailed.
detailed.
It's less smutty than other.
Jamie.
I
mean,
love
it's so
I
detailed
love
that
romantasy. We've had a full conversation about this already.
Yeah.
when I read certain parts like that, like the smut scenes, I often will look around like,
Is anyone watching?
anyone looking at me reacting to this? Jesus.
I like spicy scenes, but I like them to be tasteful and to not go so deep into.
No,
There's a lot of-
Fine taste.
There's a lot of-
Lorianne.
Was this
There's a lot of
an
taste.
example of that, Lorianne?
Yeah, that was an example of that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's tasteful. Like I think
It's
pretty
full
much
of
all the
taste.
scenes are
When-
they're tasteful.
It's very
when-
tasty.
Darren has asked me before, he's like, what do you read when you read fan fiction? I'm like, I like slice of life. These two characters are married and they have a little bit of spiciness, but they're like just going along with their like normal lives. And he's like, that's so boring. And I was like, I love it.
I will say it is spicy enough that like as a mailman driving around listening to the audiobook, I have to use headphones.
Yeah, obviously.
So like
No, you should just play it loud and proud.
Yeah,
Let's-
just
Let's make tonight one of those nights you have to use headphones. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
already on
Wow.
it. I have
Oh,
plans.
okay.
Let's have Miranda watch her husband flirt with everyone but Wilbur.
Because that's gross.
Well, it'd be weird if you flirted with Wilbur. Wilbur doesn't want that.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
disrespect him.
That's
Can we start? Can we play D&D?
You're asking me?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Lorianne,
Oh,
can
look
you
at me.
could you ask me that question one more time?
Can we play D&D? I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Not Jamie having the fucking plan.
Jamie, I like tasteful. That is just full on.
I like Jamie, tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
a wild
gosh.
thing though for Saren to just be like,
we're
Hey!
insinuating.
Yeah. Absolutely.
anyway.
Cool. Let's play some D&D.
Yeah.
It is well into the evening on the Shadow. We have our most of our crew on deck. I would say most of our Mongoose crew on deck. Besides Eldrin. It is at this point I'd say it's probably closer to I'd say closer to like 10:30, 11. It's getting pretty late. But the party is still going,
Drinking.
still drinking. Saren, you are upstairs with Jack.
Do I ever get my tea?
You never got your tea.
For that.
Damn.
Never
That's
got your
okay.
tea.
As she's being pulled away by Jack, she needs to send a message. With her
Okay.
ring.
Yeah, you got it. Ready? Go.
She sends one to Raylor and says, "Can you bring Eldrin hot water for tea? I promised, but got pulled away. She's below deck. I'll find you soon." With Lucia and Jack.
Adorable.
We cut to Raylor, kind of like on the deck of the ship, nursing a drink that he probably hasn't really touched at all, considering recent events. And as we see him and Valsis in conversation. I'm gonna roll. Sorry, one moment. Where is Eldrin?
Where is Noros?
I don't know. He's probably on the deck of the ship somewhere.
Yeah, he's on the deck drinking rum with everyone.
Yeah. We'll say that Noros is probably, if I recall correctly, probably like pretty close to Wilbur in this moment. So Wilbur, coming from your perspective, you see Raylor go up to Noros and start asking where Eldrin is.
I said the part about her being below deck, right? Or did I not read that sentence?
You did.
He's drunk. Or doesn't care. I don't know.
Got it.
Isn't she below deck?
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Wilbur.
Why do you want to know?
Something about getting something?
What?
I was having trouble hearing it. It's, I think because of the...
You have giant ears. How do you have trouble hearing anything?
Wow, okay. How much have you had to drink?
Nothing.
So you're just being hurtful on purpose?
No, I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm just stating the obvious. It's nothing for you to be ashamed of.
Right, well, at least I don't have a giant ass. And he walks off.
I think I'm gonna go find Eldrin with you.
No. He starts running.
Listen, I can run. I can run way faster.
Yeah, absolutely. You follow Raylor. There's a point where Raylor is kind of looking over his shoulder with a face of "Please don't hurt me." But I assume Wilbur, you kind of ignore that and continue with him, right?
Yeah, I'm all fours running.
Cool, you got it. You run past Valsis. You see Valsis just going, everything okay? Oh, okay, you're gone. All right. And you head on down. Where do we see Eldrin in this moment?
So they had started drinking at like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's been some time since I talked with Cosbeer, right?
Yes.
I think she's just in the same spot. Just she's down below deck, sitting with her back up against a wall, maybe like in a corner, like kitty corner.
Okay.
And just she has her head on her knees and is just sitting there breathing. You know when like you don't feel well and you like breathe in and then out? Like she's trying to like control that.
All right.
Or you're like trying not to throw up.
Yeah. Like, because it would be much easier for her to be above deck right now, but she doesn't want to be around anyone. So she's like, well, I guess I'll suffer.
Yeah. Wilbur, you come scrambling down way past Raylor. And you find Eldrin there.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
You okay?
Yes, I am. I'm fine.
You're looking a little bluer than normal.
I think she shrugs.
Raylor comes down. Hi,
Oh, Raylor's
sorry,
here.
You didn't announce me. I'm like 4 times your size.
Eldrin looks
Did
up
you-
at Raylor and says, before he even speaks, she goes, I'm sorry that I insinuated you were going to become a puddle earlier today. I guess I didn't insinuate it. I actually said, be careful, you're going to become a puddle. And that
How
was
much have you had to drink?
nothing.
Ship is
We're just like this.
having. That's certainly not true. I've been with you all
For like
Not-
3
No.
days.
If
Yes.
even that.
a very long 3 days. Is there something that you needed? Saren tried to.
Oh yeah, Saren was going to get me some hot water, but I don't need it. I'm fine. Go.
Can Marvin make you some hot water in his mini size?
I don't know. I didn't
You-
ask. Doesn't
you
really wanna
see-
speak.
You see this at this point. There's like there's probably like a heavy sort of like tarp like cloak over Marvin. You see the house kind of just
Oh,
and then just kind of
Sorry.
shrinks back down.
sorry.
I'm gonna go get you that hot water, and you can decide what to do with it.
Thank you, Raylor.
What
Welcome.
did you come down here for?
Me?
No, him. He said
Oh.
he was looking for you.
For that was what I. That's what it was. All right. Okay. So it seems like this may make things magic that I should receive might be a little bit thwarted.
Okay.
Small price to pay.
All right. Well, yeah, there she is. All right. I'll be back with your hot water.
I look at Wilbur and I say, I'm not wrong, am I? It is a small price to pay for.
Yeah,
what
I
that
don't know.
does.
He's a little sensitive, I feel
He's
like. I mean,
very sensitive.
he literally told me that he was having trouble hearing something, and all I did was point out that his ears are pretty large, and I didn't understand how he was having trouble hearing things.
Oh yeah, I don't see how that's rude at all. I mean, biologically, if your ears
right?
are larger, the sound waves
See,
can.
only Eldrin would understand this.
I mean, that's just a biological thing. If he's offended by that or upset about that, then that's on him.
Right, that's what I told him. Like, there's no need to be upset. Like, it wasn't meant to be offensive. Shouldn't.
Just like, yeah, I mean, wombats have biological strengths that you use for things.
right,
and
like
there's
my
nothing wrong with
giant ass. Like,
Don't
he
you crush
pointed
things
out.
with? But you crush things with that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. So him pointing it out just doesn't make any sense.
Right, exactly. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's
Well, you shouldn't
literally
be.
part of me. He was like embarrassed about his ears.
I mean, there are people with larger ears. I mean, my ears are like fins. That doesn't make any sense, and he's a very confusing person. Maybe when we meet the real Raylor, it'll be different.
Yeah, I don't really know how that whole thing works, so I don't know. Maybe this is
I
just
mean-
what this Raylor's like.
Yeah, this could just be the piece of him. It doesn't have the logical part. like attached, you know? Maybe whatever piece of his soul that was broken off.
Like the non-emotional part.
Yes. Maybe, yes. What if the real Raylor has a piece of his emotional part that like broke off and now he's just a cold person?
Oh, I mean, Saren seems to like him.
No, well, yeah, this Raylor. I wonder if he's, this would be very interesting to have a conversation with her about. I wonder if this Raylor is more emotional than she remembers. As much as this has been tearing my heart apart and making me feel like I want to die, it would be interesting to like weigh the different Volmoses that we've seen scientifically from that perspective. Maybe once I've had some distance from this, I can speak with Zaris about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have some logical answer for you.
Probably.
Are you feeling okay?
I don't feel great, but I feel... No, actually, no, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very angry. And I don't feel well. And
Are you
I'm not
seasick?
Yeah, no. Yes.
It's okay if you're seasick.
It doesn't make any sense. I like, the sea is part of me, so I don't understand why it's betraying me in this moment. But
well, I mean, you're used to swimming in the water, not like floating on top of it with
I'm
all
used
the
to
waves like rocking back and forth and all the weird sensations that it gives you. Like, it's pretty strange. I get it.
Yeah. I suppose I'm used to the pressure of the depth crushing on you, and this isn't that. So
yeah, that constant like swaying, it's hard to keep balance, honestly. Like if we hit a really big wave, it's very shaky.
I mean, at that point I might want to just dive into the water because I like my odds there more so than here. How mean have I been to everyone? I
don't think you've really had a chance to be mean. You've been pretty cooped up.
Okay. So do I owe some apologies or can I just kind of like...
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been really keeping that close to track, but I know you've been pretty cooped up, so I just assume that there's not a whole lot that you had to apologize to anyone for.
Okay. Well, thanks, Wilbur.
Have you considered, and I'm not saying you should do this, but have you considered that while the boat is in motion, that perhaps you could swim in the water alongside it? Or is it too fast?
I mean, I could probably summon a creature that could help me.
Like a dolphin?
Oh, no, not dolphins. We don't. Wilbur, dolphins sleep with one eye open. They are just these mischievous creatures that are constantly trying to mess with us Tritons. We can't understand them. They can understand us, though. And that's the thing that's even more frustrating. And then they sleep with one eye. Who sleeps with one eye open?
I thought people that slept with one eye open were worried that people were going to kill them.
Gripping your pillow tight.
Perhaps they feel hunted.
Well, maybe they should be hunted because they are a blight on Tritons. That's all I'm saying. Look, people think they're adorable. They're vicious monsters underneath that adorableness.
If you say so.
I know so.
There was that one that never shut up in Anoria, it seemed like.
Yeah, I know. Now, seahorses are very adorable and practical and are great creatures.
Yeah, like you could summon a seahorse, right?
I mean,
I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying if the seasickness gets too bad, then maybe that's an option.
Possibly. It's just very... You and Norris are the only people I would tell this to, but it's embarrassing. I mean, It's...
I don't think you need to be embarrassed.
Well, that's not what my mother said.
Have you met your mother? I'm just wondering,
She means well.
if you say so.
She seems cold, but underneath it all there's more coldness, but also love.
Is there?
Yes.
Anyways, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Also, isn't this... I don't know much about boats, but I feel like it's worse down here than it is up there.
Oh, 100%. I just don't want to be around anyone, especially Guar. He annoyed me earlier.
Well, can't you just be like on the opposite side of the boat?
I suppose. I mean, I can go back up with you. Obviously, you and I still have a lot to talk about, but I wouldn't mind spending some time with you on deck.
Well, let's take you back up there, and we can find you a nice, restful, quiet place, and I will instruct everyone that they are not to disturb you.
Thank you, Wilbur.
We can say that you're meditating or whatever it is that you do.
Okay. Let's go. As we're like walking up, I say, I've been really mean to Noros lately.
Well, he probably deserved it.
Oh, no, he doesn't deserve it. He loves me too much sometimes, and I don't deserve it.
Well, I don't think that's true at all, but I think he probably deserved it.
Okay. I'll follow Wilbur up.
Noros, you gotta try this.
What?
You gotta come here.
Could someone else hand? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna hold your waist. Put your arms out. Put them out.
I don't want to do that.
Come on. You came all the way over here. You're just gonna not be like cool about it? Come on.
You grabbed my hand.
Yeah, but you came all the way over here.
Okay. I'll extend one.
Okay. I guess in this instance that makes sense.
What does that mean?
Okay, I might have to fit this phrase to you because it actually has some weight in your life. Say I'm not quite king of the world. It doesn't have the same hit. I'm sorry, but try it.
I'm not quite king of the world.
Yeah, that got sad. I'm sorry.
Can I go now?
Yeah, hey, you're important. And you're special, okay?
How are you standing on my knees?
I'm a monk. I'm very light.
That's amazing. You don't feel your upper body strength. Oh.
All right. Go back to your wife or whatever.
Thank you.
As Milo sends him on his way because that made him really sad all of a sudden to realize it would kind of be treason for Noros to say I'm king of the world. He like wanders past I don't know. Is there like he's gonna wander past a puddle and like look down on in the water like on the deck. And
okay. There's probably like a barrel that's out that has like that has some like puddle sort of thing to it. Yeah.
Okay. And Milo's gonna look and what? Oren, What's wrong with me?
You see your face looking back up at you.
Wait. Now I can't hear you. What? Did somebody cast some magic on me? What is happening? And he's gonna like slap the water and shout as loud as he can, Orin!
Eldrin and Wilbur, you guys come up with this. Guar, you definitely heard that. You cannot be too far away.
I'm not. I envision myself regaling whoever's willing to listen with stories about our adventures. So I'm envisioning at least like maybe Cassian and Veldani just like sitting there listening to me talk.
Makes total sense. Yeah, Cassian and Veldani are full there. Cassian is sitting, like Veldani's like kind of like sitting in his lap, and the lute is just playing itself as he's listening.
And then there, in the prison cell, potentially possessed by my greatest adversary, I went to the mirror. No, there was no mirror. I went to my shadow, and I went right up to it, and I said, I forgive you.
And then what happened?
And he was gone.
You heard Cassian just there's a second pause. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh, but let me tell you about the time that I took down a Woe Strider with one hit. One hit. It was fantastic. It was in the Grove, and
this is where you hear, Orin!
Hold that thought. I'll be right back. But you're gonna love it. And then I run over. Milo, are you okay?
I can't hear Orm anymore, and I feel weird. Somebody cast some magic on me. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Or am I near him?
Nope,
you can be.
We are walking the other direction.
Okay, we're walking the other direction.
Yeah, Wilbur. Wilbur takes Eldrin's hand and is like, no.
Yeah, like Eldrin.
I look. Does Milo have a drink in his hand?
Yeah.
How much of that have you had?
Normal amount, like 3. I don't know. Like
3 what? 3 of these, or 3 of? And I point to a barrel of those.
3 of these. You filled the first one. It was
right.
three tankards of rum. That's like a normal. Yeah. That's like a normal afternoon.
This is a tankard for me. A tankard for you is like. I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, you're drunk.
No, I don't.
And you can't focus very well.
I don't get drunk.
Didn't you let yourself get drunk?
Well,
this is RP.
Milo was so moved by the music that he forgot to not get drunk.
That's right.
So he doesn't know. So he's not experienced this. He doesn't know he's drunk right now.
Okay.
No, I don't get drunk. I don't get drunk. I'm not weak.
Okay.
Now
listen. Cassian was playing very well, and I'm kind of wondering if you just let yourself go a little bit and maybe weren't focusing on staying, present.
Let me try something.
Okay.
And Milo, like the only thing he can compare this to is his like werewolf form being like a little bit out of control. So he just like look away, and he just hugs himself, and like centers himself and. Shit, I was drunk. That's what that's like?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, isn't it?
I mean, if if I knew about it, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, so that's a slippery slope. There's a sweet spot. Okay, there's a sweet spot of like you're just having enough fun. You're kind of like your inhibitions are just enough gone that you can enjoy yourself. But there's a fine line between that and then doing regrettable things if you get any worse than that. So for what it's worth, I don't think you didn't do anything rash or inappropriate. You look like you were having a good time with Noros.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I mean, I was having fun. It started to take a dark turn. I got Noros involved and really brought it down. But we were like, I was having a good time. I suppose it was more scary that I didn't know what was happening. I think now that I know what was happening, I can see how that could be fun.
You took a dark turn with Noros. What did you do?
It just got a little depressing. I don't know. It's fine. He's a good guy.
Of course he's a good guy, but he's also really fun to mess with. What did you say?
Who's a good guy?
You
are, man.
What did you say up there?
What?
What did you were yelled some or sort of yelled something up at the not the stern, the front.
That's what you guys were talking about?
A little bit, yeah. Well,
Did you say depressing?
No. I realized I was, or Guar helped me realize I was drunk. I'm sorry for anything I did to like make you uncomfortable. I just didn't know what I was drunk.
You okay? No, it's totally fine. I mean, you've made me uncomfortable without.
I know what you did. I stride right up to the front of the ship. I climb up and I go, "I'm the king of the world!"
You hear a halfling shout from the top of the crow's nest. Shut the fuck up!
I turn around. I go, "I will do it when I'm good and ready. But thank you for the warning."
Under his breath, Milo says, "That's what I was going to have you say, but I realized, like, with your position in Anoria, that might constitute treason, and it felt weird, so I didn't want to. You get it." And he pats him on the shoulder and like scuttles away.
Tell me the name of the halfling up at the top. What's her name again?
Zinfira.
I call up to Zinfira. You've done that, right? You've done that at least once.
Stop talking to me!
All right. But I'm going to... Okay. Because Guar's a little drunk, too. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, Noros. He was saying you were impressive. And how you...
Norris has walked up. You don't realize that Norris has walked up as you're finishing this conversation.
I'm like mid-turn.
Yeah.
You're talking to
He was saying you're really impressive for trying that anyway, so he's gone. And,
you're talking to a stack of ropes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can Noros shapeshift? What happened here?
Nope, none of that. Wow, what's the last time you've all had something to drink?
Yesterday.
Okay, well. Milo, we were just rehashing old tales of triumph.
Fun. Milo looks suspiciously but quickly at Guar. That sounds like fun.
Do you want to? I mean, it's your turn.
Milo, I mean, you've got quite a few of your own. Come on.
Well, there was that one time I.
This just becomes a full recap episode.
Yeah.
It's a clip show.
It's a clip show. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you want. Like, there was the time I killed a primordial crab. There was the time I beat the shit out of Guar. There was the time I
was possessed. It wasn't me.
Which makes it more impressive for me.
Yes, I agree with you, but you didn't beat me. You beat the possessed version of me.
Does it involve anything about coming to terms with a shadow or something?
No, it wasn't lame at all.
Oh.
Okay. Great.
Oh.
Yeah, then I want to hear it.
Yeah, Milo. Milo recaps in vivid detail and embellishes just a little bit on how out of control Guar was and how ravenous he was, and Milo still beat him.
So you were talking about. Can you remind me of the specific instance that you're discussing?
So when Guar had this was not the sword. This was when you fell in the. Oh, was it the sword?
It was
Yeah,
the sword.
it was when we were at oh my gosh, Dart's place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Venrona Manor.
Yep.
And Guar like lost control to the sword and started attacking people, and Milo subdued him.
So you're explaining all of that.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Milo, roll me a religion check.
Hey, +0. That was a 16.
Okay. Yeah. She wouldn't necessarily be hiding it. As you're explaining the story, you see these like kind of deep sort of purple eyes of Eldani all of a sudden go a jet black as you're explaining the story. And then they go back.
Oh, that was cool. What was that?
What?
Where your eyes did a thing.
Yeah, your eyes did a. Yeah. They were really. Your eyes were really pretty, and then they went really scary, and then they came back.
Oh, you think my eyes are pretty? Castian, Guar thinks my eyes are pretty.
I do.
You hear Cassius go, your eyes are pretty.
See?
Thank you, dear.
Milo leans over to Guar. That's called deflection. Yeah, and then they like went like black, and then they came back. It was really cool.
Yeah, just the thing I do. Tell me another story.
Okay, know your truth. I don't have a better way to say. She ain't shit.
Sure. It's just, wow. What? Wait, what?
She ain't shit.
She ain't shit. I know she's up to something.
I want to roll a she ain't shit roll.
Yeah.
She ain't shit.
Roll for shit.
Listen, Milo was drunk. Jamie's not.
Yeah,
I just have no
that.
words.
Yeah.
That was a 25.
25? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. With a 25, Milo, you get the feeling that in the idea of how stories are told and given, and even like having someone who has like rapt attention on what you're on the story, seemingly kind of enthralled, you get a feeling that it's I will tell you that you get a feeling that Veldani's not really she's being kind of like dismissive and deflective, but she's not really being sneaky. Like I said, like she wouldn't be hiding it. You get the feeling that I'm going to say with the 25 because there's a lot of stuff that you just don't know, so this wouldn't give you that. You get the feeling that there's a lot of stuff you don't know about Veldani. That's what I can say.
Does it kind of feel less like sharing time and more of a test?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that in that realm, it doesn't feel like you're being challenged in any way here. It is weird, and it makes sense for it makes sense for Milo to be suspicious. But I will say there's no further inclination of like anything dangerous or anything like that.
Okay. Cool. It's just a thing I do, Milo. Just okay. And then he's going to start talking about the battle in Brunte, where we had to identify the guards. and he's so this is a really funny story. When we all met, we had gotten in trouble with the like leadership of my hometown, and one thing led to another. We were like, oh my god, I don't know. We need like I need to see these guards because we need to like disguise ourselves as them before we leave. So I pull their bodies into the house we were hiding in. You know what? This story got this. I don't. Well, and then Eldrin.
It just got really good. Yeah, keep going.
Well, and then Eldrin
helped us.
Eldrin used Gust of Wind and some mist thing to like actually hide us, and that's how we kind of got out. My mom then helped us. It was
His mom helped us dispose of the bodies.
Okay, I'm lying. I cut the heads off of like 7 people as a like. I was gonna say last resort. It was the first resort. It was the first thing my mind came to, and I like. It sits in my brain as like a funny story, but as I tell it out loud, it sounds a lot worse.
It was crazy. I didn't even have my armor on, and I was just like, "Whoa."
I hope the Asteran FBI is not listening to any of this combo between these two.
The best
as you
this
say
happened
that, eyes
a
go
month
black.
and a half ago.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago, Milo.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes go black. They kind of come back, and you see Veldani's.
That thing happened again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did.
Okay, fine. All right. Do you have like a diary or a journal?
Why don't
No.
you tell us some of your stories
Eldrin,
about some adventures you've had?
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're deflecting.
Like
You have a
Senator
diary,
Eldrin
don't you?
I don't know.
Who, me?
You are?
Yeah, that's why you're deflecting.
You think I have a diary? It's all up here.
Milo I don't really have a diary, but he holds up his like journal with like everybody's like with his like notes on his friends to keep track of like.
Put my arm out and I like put his arm like lower the journal. So it's funny. I haven't heard a single instance of any of adventuring you guys have done, and you guys seem like pretty accomplished pirates. I'd love to hear some things you've done.
I mean, I'd be, I guess, happy to tell you, but to be honest with you, it's more boring for me to tell
That's
stories
it.
than.
Tell me something great you've done. And I walk over to you.
Okay. I was going to explain. So now it's just Milo. I was going to explain the reason on why this happens. So you have a journal, right?
It's not so much a journal. It's like more like. So I'm a tailor by trade. It's more like measurements and like swatches for my friends and the people that I care about. It kind of is a journal if you look at it in a weird way, that like it's like a history of the people that matter to me. It doesn't really contain like much prose or.
That's very touching, Milo.
Thanks.
But yeah, okay. So imagine a journal. It's something like that. It's just a way for my brain to keep track of the stories and put them in a safe place. Carrying that 25 know your truth over, it's not entirely true.
So is it like, are you like writing it? Is there like a physical journal you're writing it in? When you're like, are you like thinking into a journal?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, very sweet.
Yeah.
Can I learn that?
You could. You'd have to meet a friend of mine.
All right. Well, are they here, or is that like a whole whole quest thing? Or is it like my friend, who you haven't met? I don't know if you can.
How would I be able to confirm that or not?
I have a ghost that follows me around. He's really my like mentor.
You see her kind of like push you sort of like to an area that's a little bit more in the corner.
Yeah.
As you say, I have a ghost that follows me around. Hey. Nope. Don't. I mean, I believe you. I understand. But there's like pirates, ghosts do not mix at all. Remember, very superstitious.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So my mentor, you could meet him, but it'd be very difficult. So this is something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, sure. But yeah, that's really cool. So like,
and
is there
if he finds that there's a piece of it that is interesting, he keeps it somewhere else.
Can I come back in real quick?
There's the rest of the truth, Milo.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I would come back and I go, because I don't hear any of it necessarily. I just think to myself and I go, hey, hang on, Veldani. When I was telling you my story, how come your eyes didn't do that thing?
You didn't see it. You didn't.
The story wasn't. I can tell you about the Woe Strider when I took it down in one hit. That was really impressive. We were fighting in the Grove with a bunch of wombats, and they didn't know how to fight. And I taught them how to defend themselves a little bit, and it was really great. And then Brimhilda eviscerated my brother. He was okay. He was too far gone. Anyway, so then we came back, and and I just keep going.
Wilbur, roll me a perception check. I'm gonna say DC 20.
Perception, you say? 13.
Okay.
Would I hear this too, since I'm with Wilbur?
Roll me a perception check.
Because I have like a really high passive perception.
What's your passive?
It is. Hold on. 24.
Yeah, absolutely. You specifically heard the Grove.
I lean down to Wilbur. Guar's regaling stories about the Grove. Is that something we need to intervene on, or no? Because it's not a location.
Jesus! You just stay right here.
I can come with you. I can yell at him. It would make me feel better.
Stay right. No, it wouldn't. Stay right here.
Guar, you do see Veldani's eyes go black immediately as you're giving like the cliff notes.
Right. No, to be fair, I only said the Grove. I never said where it was or what it was. I just said the Grove.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what are you talking about over here?
Oh, when I took down that Woe Strider. You remember that, right? I mean, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I heard maybe you were talking about something that we maybe shouldn't talk about.
The Woe Strider?
Oh. If there is something that could be important for anyone powerful to not know, yeah, maybe keep it to yourself.
Are Veldani's eyes still black?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Are you gonna call someone powerful? What do you mean?
I have a friend.
Yeah, I have a friend too, but I'm not gonna tell anybody powerful about what we talk about on the ship.
I have heard him say several times what happens on the ship stays on the ship.
Yeah, I was told that multiple times by...
My girlfriend told me.
Where'd she go? Oh, she's doing her thing, okay.
You don't know where Brimhilda is.
Nope. Well, maybe she's having a good time.
Okay, well, yes, no, I'm,
You should talk about that time that you got possessed.
Which time?
Either of them.
There were 3.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
of them.
Look,
Oh, yeah,
guys.
do not
I did the one.
do not put a pool of blood anywhere near this guy. He's gonna jump right in it.
Oh, one time, and I slipped. Okay,
You did a cannonball.
I did not do that. I slipped.
Shouted
fell
jackknife.
in. There was a real pull, and it pulled me in, and I got out. But then I was possessed. Okay, one time.
Whatever you got to tell yourself, bud.
I tell myself literally what happened, if that's what you mean.
I mean, you were possessed. I saw the whole thing.
I know, I was there. I'm in the future too.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Look.
But I'm good. I haven't been possessed since I forgave myself.
To be clear, I can almost get into you. My friend is not is not going. You cannot find someone who would be more hidden or secretive, keeping secrets. What's the word? Trustworthy. That.
Does
I
your
don't
friend
think
have
those
a
are the same
name?
things.
Roll me a persuasion check, Mark.
Got it. That is a 25.
Like it's going to matter. They are called the librarian.
That's it. Just the librarian.
Yeah. See.
You know, okay, 2 things go through my mind. One is this is a very boring person with a very boring name, but on the other hand, if you refer to as the librarian,
Not a person.
not a person,
Mm-mm.
a series of books.
A concept?
An idea.
I mean, I guess probably not. Also, it's probably that. Yeah, but
Are they a ghost?
no.
I don't. We don't use that word.
That's why I whispered it.
They're just a bookkeeper.
Does the librarian know Orin?
I don't know.
Milo, does Orin know the librarian?
Orin, do you know the librarian? Do you know anything about a library? The librarian?
Roll me a d20 DC 17.
While that's happening, I in my head ask Celeste
18.
What they know about.
For real?
librarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Oh can you hear me now?
Yeah. I'm not drunk anymore. It's never happened. I didn't realize I wouldn't be able to talk to you. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, there's like one of the reasons why we spend so much time training and learning is to be able to keep your mind sharp at all times.
I'm usually pretty good. Have you heard this? This song's so fucking jaunty. I couldn't stop it. Either way, question at hand. Do you know anything about the librarian?
Yeah.
Is this one of those like I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you, and then I'll tell you when you're a ghost with me, or is this like?
No, I don't.
Do you
foresee.
wanna
I mean,
expound?
I guess. Yeah. Okay. A librarian is a spirit of knowledge, usually depicted as a giant bird, specifically an owl.
Who?
Nice.
Thanks. Who is this? Somebody who is worshipped, or an entity that is worshipped, or?
Yeah, I would say probably so. Probably by this person.
Okay.
Worship would be like probably a big word. Maybe probably works for them.
Okay. Are we like Saren levels? Are we like Eldrin levels of like good, evil, neutral? Just wants all the information and sustains himself on obscure facts.
Pretty neutral. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
neutral as far as I know.
Okay.
It's a collector of secrets and knowledge, but that's for the most part. That's all that they're interested in doing, from what I understand.
Oh, that seems like it would be valuable to access. Yeah. All right. Well, that have you met them, or I mean, not that all ghosts know each other. I realize that like it's a big afterworld.
Nope. Not a ghost.
Mm.
Spirit, different.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
As Milo's like staring into middle distance in front
No,
of
I think
Valdani
yeah,
and
I think
Guar.
what's happening is Guar and Valdani are watching Milo as Milo is just
Yeah.
kind of like looking up in his head a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
when
what's-
Oren says spirit and ghost are different, Milo in outwardly squints. It's just like I don't. And he comes back to like his like middle distance and like.
I like the idea of while that was happening, I'm talking to Celeste in my head.
okay.
So we're
Oh
both, like
God.
So Valdani's just like watching us not interact.
just like
is
space out.
is he okay? Oh, right.
Wilbur's still there, right?
Yeah, Wilbur's still there. So now Valdani looks down at Wilbur. Are they? What's going on?
They do this.
Okay.
So I'm asking Celeste what they know about the librarian too.
Roll me a
Insight?
I would say same rules. I'll drop it to a 16.
Okay. What was the roll for?
Just a luck roll.
Just a luck. Okay.
There's no real reason why either of your people would know.
19.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
We're too good.
That's incredible. Great. One of the most secretive spirits in existence is known by both the people here.
Celeste knows a lot of things, okay?
They've both been around a while.
I will put it this way, like Celeste goes, I've definitely heard the name. Basically, like someone who is kind of a shut-in spirit of collecting knowledge for knowledge's sake.
So just like a hermit nerd.
Well, Guar, I wouldn't put it, in those terms, but yeah.
No, I did.
Okay.
I did. I was just,
Yes, you did.
You're much more eloquent about these things. I just, trying to get it so I understand. Okay, so are we in any danger here? I know we probably should keep things. I probably shouldn't have said anything about the grove, obviously. But what are we under any threat here, or are we still in good company?
Guar,
Celeste.
we've been under threat for as long as I've been with you.
Yeah, I know, but like, are we under less threat than usual? Like, are we among friends or are we among enemies?
It seems like you're among friends.
I thought so.
You want me to? What do you want me to peer into Valdani's heart and see if it's pure and find
Can
out
you
where
do
they're
that?
going when they die? Yes.
Yeah, do it.
I was just kidding. No, I can't do that.
You can't tease me like that.
They're staring at you right now, right?
People stare at me all the time. I know the effect I have on women.
No, but both.
And
Right.
then, fine. Thanks for the info. I love you. Bye.
is it so? Like, how often do they do this?
Do what?
This is
Quite a
this
bit.
is.
Quite a bit. And they're back.
What did I miss?
What? What happened? What I miss?
Nothing, I guess.
You look confused. Are you okay?
I'm
Hey, you're not the only one that does weird shit with their face, okay?
Eldrin comes over and looks at Wilbur, doesn't acknowledge anyone else, and says, "You told me to wait, but you took a really long time and I got impatient."
Well, I was trying to distract these people.
Oh, I can go back over there and wait.
Hey, honey.
Leave her alone.
He doesn't have to leave me alone.
We're going back over there. Come on.
Norris,
What
you
did
can
I
come
do?
with us. I grabbed Norris's hand.
Oh, her familiar's back.
I turn around. Excuse me?
Nothing.
Guar, stop.
Yeah.
No. Wilbur,
No,
it's
walk.
fine.
Walk.
Excuse
Walk.
me?
Walk. Just walk.
Wish-
You're in no
I
condition for this. You need to
stop
rest.
holding Norris's hand and I get right up in Guar's face.
Well,
No.
you get up to Gorge. You get her up in Gorge's chest.
Yeah, I get up in Guar's chest. I'm sorry, what did you say about my husband?
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we should just.
Oh, the
It's not that
motion
big
of
of a
this
deal.
boat. Does anyone feel this boat rocking back and forth
I do,
so
and I, like,
much
try to
right
push
now?
It with my legs, I'm trying to push it.
Milo circles around to Valdani and taps them on the leg and this is the fun part. This is the fun part.
Oh, okay.
What did you
all right.
say about my
Sits back on
husband?
Castian's lap.
Whoa, these waves are really something, you guys.
I made a
I don't
joke
know about you
how
guys.
He's your familiar, Eldrin.
That's not funny.
It's not? I feign innocence. It's not?
A little funny.
Yep.
I elbowed Milo, just like,
He is a better man than all of you.
Hmm.
Don't talk
Ouch.
about him like that.
I shake Noros warmly by the hand. Congratulations, Noros. I'm so proud of you. You're the best man.
Actually, I was the best man.
Yeah, Wilbur was.
Yeah, you were. I high
They don't.
five.
Well, he
I
doesn't
closed
remember
up for a
that.
high
though.
I wish I could remember because then maybe I wouldn't be so annoyed with you right now, Guar. Do you forget that Norris and I don't remember any of that? We woke up one day and we have a scar on our hand, and we don't remember getting married. A day that was supposed to be the best day of both of our lives. A day that we didn't think was going to happen. And the almost 2 years that we were together in complete secrecy. Everything's a
what's
joke
Valdani's
to
eyes
you.
doing?
They look sad, but they're
Yeah.
not changing.
I put my hands up and I say, Eldrin, I forget. Because it was such a beautiful moment before we were swept away. But it was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful wedding.
I'll take your word for it.
No, let me finish. You and Noros are very important to me. And, yeah, everything's a joke to me because what's the alternative? It's either that or I'm a fucking mess. And I'm sorry if I'm coming across in an abrasive way. You don't deserve to suffer any more than you already are. So, sorry everybody, as you were.
You notice that Castian's kind of like pushed the loot in down the hallway into. Perhaps it's getting pretty late. Maybe we can call it a night.
Oh,
The music was wonderful, by the way.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yes, I think we all should just get some rest.
Yeah, you're right, Wilbur. That's a good call. I look at Eldrin and Noros one more time, and I just say it really was a special day, and I hope you can remember it someday. And I was glad to be a part of it.
It's okay, Gwar. I'm sorry I've been kind of a dick.
Hey, takes one to know one, right?
Honey, I don't need you to... I appreciate it, but... deep down, I know what my job is. And I'm good with it. Best job I could have.
Eldrin looks at everyone and then looks at Gwar and says, I wasn't always like this. I used to smile more. Ask him, and then I'm gonna walk away.
Well, imagine, before you go, imagine, as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, I can't help but hear the exchanging of words. This is just how good your wedding was, okay? I heard a bridesmaid say to a waiter, what a beautiful wedding.
Okay. Well, I rolled a nat 20 with Gwar, so Noros is listening to all of this.
Eldrin turns to Gwar and says, you think that your retelling of it makes me feel any better?
No,
I should remember this. I fought for this for so long.
you did.
Wait,
You did.
can we do it over? We have a captain.
And I can do the wedding again.
That's
No.
true. I mean, we have a captain.
No.
We're allowed to...
I don't need to do it over.
Why?
Because I feel like I am drowning right now. And do you know what that is like for a Triton? I am drowning in grief, Gwar. And I can't have any happiness right now. I don't deserve it.
What? You don't. Why don't you deserve it?
Because Norris and I took 5 minutes to talk, and in that amount of time, Volmos was taken. We took a fraction of the amount of time, and he's gone, and it's my fault. And I thought that we were going to save him when we went, and guess what? It wasn't him. It was a second, third, who knows how many pieces of his soul that's been ripped from him. And the one that's in Mapelese right now, I can't even contact, because if I do, it could be dangerous for us. So for all I know, this one, who Nora spent a whole day with, protecting and making sure he was okay, thinks that I abandoned him because I said, I don't trust you. I need a moment alone with Noros to talk. And then guess what? When we get to Mapelese, I don't get to have a happy ending. I get to kill him so he can be whole. So I'm sorry that I am like this. But
I hug Eldrin.
she stiffens
Of course.
and then says, I don't want your pity. I don't want your empathy. I don't want anything. I just want to be angry.
Then be angry. But you're not going to be angry alone.
Guar might feel her, like, relaxed like a slight bit. It's still very tense.
Huge victory.
Wilbur, you see in this moment, you see like Castian and Veldana kind of like look at each other and start to kind of move out of frame.
Wilbur's gonna wipe a tear from his eye and just be like, okay, good night.
You see Castian just...
No. Okay, bye.
Like, say, like, you want to go on my
You want to
shoulders?
go on my shoulders, yeah.
Dude is obsessed with
He's
me.
upset. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
if I had a wombat, I'd want him on my shoulders.
I mean, same.
But as a
Especially if I
wombat,
was like
it's rude.
7 foot, 7
Yeah.
foot 8. And Eldrin, I want you to know that you're not grieving alone. I know you have a unique pain right now, and I know I can't feel the same. I can't feel the same pain. I'm not able to go home ever. That was the last thing my mom has said to me. I don't. I'm technically homeless, I guess. Unless I'm with y'all. I when I examine my life, it's not going well. It's not going to plan right now. So I can't necessarily say I'm happy, but what I can access still is joy, and that is why I'm, ridiculous in me, and I know that feels disrespectful at times, but it's the only thing that keeps me on this side of the divide, is hugging to that joy when I don't have access to happiness. I hope we can find some connection for you, some touch. If I need to tone it down, I can. If that is making it harder.
I don't want anyone to stop being who they are. I just... How many times am I expected to say goodbye to someone? It's not fair.
Eldrin, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if any of us do. But no matter how many times it takes, all you need to know is that we will be with you while you do it.
And I know this may not help right now, but it helps me look at grief, look at that loss of, my brother, sister, mom, dad, the entire town of Brunte that raised me. I said it to Zaris not long ago. The work and the joy and grief is that you get to honor the work you put into your relationship, and you get to hold on to the love and the effort that you put into that relationship. So making that turn helps me. I hope that can give you a little ground to stand on, so you're not. It feels wrong for me to say you're drowning. I know you said it, but I don't know if I can say it. That feels a little racist to me, but still, so you don't feel like you're hurting quite as much.
I
And
just
Milo's
don't
gonna
feel.
hug her knees.
Eldrin says,
He's not that much shorter than her.
he gets on his knees to hug
Yeah.
her knees.
Yeah.
Eldrin just says, I think she starts crying a little bit and tries to rein it in, and then admits to them all, I wasn't enough for Kanos. He left, and then he chose to stay dead. And he told me last time I spoke with him that he was here for his brother, not to come back.
Mm.
I'm not enough.
I look Eldrin square in the eye, if she's willing to meet my gaze.
She
It's
will.
fucking bullshit. Kanos did what he had to do for him. He found his eternal reward, as you will one day. And it was his time. And it was not yours. Do you really think Persona would have let you go if it was your time?
I look at Noros and I say, I told Persona that I couldn't leave yet because I couldn't leave him.
So it wasn't your time.
Who told you you're not enough? You are the most independent person I've met. If anybody has ever said, or if anybody has given you the impression that you're not enough, I think it's more that they don't feel you need them. That you are stronger than they can offer you. And I think that that has to be I mean, that has to be what your brother was thinking. Because you are, and I've met almost all of you. You are the best of the Enrats.
Here fucking here.
You love with a strength that your father would envy. You command a room with power and coldness in a way that your mom could never dream of. You hold your own in battle. Neither of your brothers clearly could. You've made it this far. You've made it here. Not to talk shit about the dead, but you've made it here. You are not the remains. You are not the leftovers. You are what stands after everything's burned away.
You're the remnant. You're the ember.
Why does it hurt so much?
Because it's supposed to.
Because that's what it means to feel alive. It's part of the deal, Eldrin.
Wish
It's
you had met
fucking
my.
stupid.
Yeah.
I wish you had met my family before we were broken.
Me too.
Yeah. But Eldrin, can I say one more thing before you get sick of us? You know, Milo said, referred to your independence, and I wholeheartedly agree, but I think we've all been fed a raw deal, thinking that independence is the goal, thinking that we should not have to rely on anyone. We should rely on each other. Because otherwise, what's the point of all this? No one is an island. No one is a single solitary thing. We are all part of a collective species. Whether human or elf or halfling or triton or wombat.
Or furball.
Or, furbolg or what, or, wyvern or whatever.
You're losing
But
the point. You don't need to mention
But
every race.
I think that we owe it to each other to let each other know that we can go through all of this together, even if it is your pain. I can't carry the pain for you, but I can carry you. And you can carry me when I have it. And any of us at any time can carry Wilbur, because he's very light.
But anytime I let someone in, except for Noros, I've been hurt. So it's just easier to shut myself off.
Sure, that's easier.
It is.
But it's bullshit. It's half a life. The risk is what makes life full. It's what makes life brighter. The risk of this could, it wouldn't affect you, but this ship could sink in a minute. It won't sink. It's not gonna. But it
well,
could.
If it does, Norris and I could just go home and I'll feel a lot
It
better.
won't affect you, is what I'm. But like we could all go away in a moment, at any moment, and the depth of life, the beauty of life, is that we take that risk to say, I'm going to connect with you for a little bit, for as long as it takes. And if we disconnect at some point by choice or not by choice, that is an option.
Eldrin, I know that a lot of times, it hurts a lot more to hope, and it hurts a lot more to care. But you have to promise all of us that you won't stop caring. Because that's what's going to get us through this.
I'm not going to stop caring. I just need you all to bear with me until after this. I can't let go just yet, or I will break.
And you don't have to. You don't have to let go. We are here, whatever you're feeling, and whatever you need to hold on to. That is the bond that we all share. And I won't give up until I breathe my last. And I don't think the rest of us will either.
After all this is done, if Norris and I can't get our memories back, I would be honored if you perform the ceremony again in Honoria. As long as I don't push him away too much. I say, looking at Norris.
You tried. And you failed.
Good.
All right. I'll do it. And then I I hug her again, but I kind of reach down and I go, but you owe me big time.
It'll be a political scandal if I allow you to do it instead of the High Priestess.
Oh, I wouldn't do it without any kind of modicum of drama. You know that.
Also, it'd be the first time that we would do anything that would be outside of the normal rules of Honoria. Oh, wait.
Milo is visibly bouncing, and I'll have time to make a proper dress.
I mean, I remember the dress because you gave that to me the night before. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, but can you imagine what I could do with like time?
Yeah, you see Norris looking at Milo going, are you sure you remember it, dear?
Oh. I mean, no, I can't lie about this. Yes, I remember it. We were wearing the outfits when we got to Honoria.
I tried. You saw I tried, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gave her an outfit.
I can't change who I am.
I mean, honestly, that's the first compliment the first compliment she's given me since that night. So I'll take it.
I'll tell you something that I told myself I would never tell anyone, Milo.
Everybody look away.
Me.
Honey,
It pains
no.
me.
Don't. What were you going to say?
When you left the room after you gave me the dress and I tried it on, I did look in the mirror and I twirled it a little bit.
It had a nice drape.
It did.
Wait, Norris, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, what were you gonna say, my love?
Man, this is alcohol. Let's.
I look at Milo, and that's called deflection too.
He's learned from the master.
Oh, guys, hey, look, it's. Look, it's Saren. You guys look in that direction.
Does Norris just ninja off into the shadow?
No, actually, you look in the direction.
He goes into a bush.
Yes, there's a bush. It is twofold, as you do see Saren kind of like arms slightly bent, just kind of like sitting in this sort of small windowsill, watching and listening.
Mm-hmm.
If I see Saren there, I say, I'm sorry that I told you that it was a waste to use my divine intervention on you. It was, but I know that wasn't the right thing to say in the moment.
Honey, there's no way Saren can hear that. She's all the way over there. Saren, you hear that perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard that.
Oh.
I don't want to lie to
Okay.
you. It was a waste, but I'm sorry for the implication of me saying that out loud.
It's okay. I mean, it didn't work, so I guess it technically was.
I suppose it kind of worked. I mean, you got to talk to Venesepa. Persona works in mysterious ways, and I can't. And it's hubris of me to think that if it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, that it means it didn't work. I won't try it again on you, though. I won't try it again on you because I was not pleased with the outcome. But if I didn't know what the outcome was, and we were in this situation again, I would try it again with no knowledge of what would have happened. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
think.
But Bahamut also works in mysterious ways. I'm just saying.
Well, Bahamut and Persona has no problems with Bahamut.
And Bahamut has no problems with Persona. I mean, I think they would probably they'd probably be friends, honestly. if
Now,
they-
on the other hand, whew, Persona and Umberly, but that's a whole different situation, whole different conversation.
Kiss her already. You look up and you see Zenfira just, yep.
Oh.
You see
Wait,
Nora's
I mean,
who kiss who?
I mean,
Yeah,
we,
well, I mean, I don't want Norris
we-
to get mad.
we
You
can
see
literally,
Noros just kind of like start to lean in.
yeah, I mean, literally, Norris and I can make out right now. It's no issue. And
I
kiss
also
him.
lean toward Norris.
I like grab his face and kiss him very hard.
Oh,
All right, thank you. And you see her just kind of like disappear up back. That was nice. I think she fully misread all of that, but
While I'm still kind of close to Norris's face, I say, we have a lot you and I still need to talk about, but we can do that later.
yeah,
we
you
can.
will.
And you see Noros just stick a fist out in Guar's direction, still staring at Eldrin. That nat 20 had to have moved
Yeah,
the,
and
the line a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but okay.
It's a
I'm gonna go.
He'll
find,
show you. He'll show you later.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
Yeah,
Milo.
I'm gonna just keep it to a dull roar. It is an open space down there. So
Milo just fully bucks.
Oh
it-
no, we're
bucks at
sleeping up
Norris.
here, and Eldrin says, I'm,
you see Noros just pull Eldrin in front of him.
yeah, and Eldrin goes, oh no, we're sleeping above on deck, but I'm totally fine with any sexual thing that Norris and I want to do, but we're probably not going to because there's a lot of emotions that I need to discuss with him.
right, but I'm just saying I don't think there's any like soundproofing of any sort. So I'm just saying keep it to a dull roar so I can fall asleep.
We're not monsters.
Do you roar during sex, Guar?
Oh,
I mean-
I don't.
Is that a thing that half elves do?
In this moment, you see Broomhilda drop out of invisibility. Nope. No. You're not going to spread that rumor. That's not what's happened. That was very beautiful, by the way. You're not going to spread that rumor right now, okay? That's not what's happening.
I was going to
That's
do it.
not what's happening. I'm just letting you know right now. That's not you. You know what? Actually, yeah. You come here. No, come on. You come here. And just starts to kind of like drag Guar away.
Okay,
And,
okay. Then everybody.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's more of a howl than a roar for him. But you know,
you see her just push. I don't roar. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10. Saren. I think moments leading up to that probably. Actually, I'm not really sure. I think as Jack kind of like pulls you into that room, Lucia was probably there trying to work and clean up some things. So we could RP from there. Or we could RP after the window scene. Your call.
We can start from the beginning, I think.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Jack pulls you in. Okay, great. You're here too. That's good. And you see Lucia is kind of cleaning up some of the papers that were left on her desk, noticeably putting them into a drawer underneath. Yes, I was thinking it would be best for me to clean up a little bit.
I'm sorry, by the way.
It was impressive. I just you see Lucy and Jack kind of exchange glances. We have been rather busy as well. And we don't want to as much as we may like to include you in, I think it might be best for you not to know.
You guys don't have to hide anything from me. I won't get involved if you don't want me to, but we can swap stories like we always have.
Persuasion check.
$18.
Yeah, all right, fuck it. And you see her bang something on the desk, and you see a wall that you always knew was a wall, or always thought was a wall, but is actually opens up and is the real safe. Just for the record, you're saying you want to know about this, and this is one of the bigger things we've handled in the past few years. We didn't know that until after we got our hands on it. She walks over to the safe. You sure?
Yeah.
She fiddles with the combination and opens it and takes out this. Ta-da!
Is that some kind of trophy?
That's kind of what we thought. We ended up snagging it from Valshaw. We found out of the impending grasp of the melon milk. Percival asked us to.
I was right. I know I only decoded 2 letters, but I assume it's the same Percival. I met him and Celeste last time I was there.
Rather large, intimidating looking furbolg fellow.
Yep. I had Huxley in some kind of contract thing.
Which is why we... Jack goes, which is why we knew Huxley.
Oh.
So that's the interesting news, I guess. But also, we've had both the twins look at it as there was some certain... We had it out one night on the corner of a desk, and then at one point I touched it accidentally, kind of bumped into it, and then I poofed over to... it was about a half a mile out to sea. Yeah? Yeah.
So some kind of teleportation thing, or...
That's what we thought, what we came to. And then, it's a little more complicated than that. So, how much do you know about the Millenlock?
Not a ton. Real culty and just the few updates that Veldani shared. But
Yes, very crazy. Run by a rather formidable, I would say, very attractive-looking elfin figure. But so this device kind of just points to it, has something to do with their cult. A thing of kind of pulling their creature back to life, I guess. So they may be coming for it. So that's the think of that.
do you think it has like a tracking device on it then?
No.
That happened with some coins that we found.
Well,
recently.
yeah, maybe. We've been kind of back and forth on that. Jack thinks we got away in time. You see Jack kind of like nodding. And I think that there's a possibility that they kind of clocked our ship, and they have considerable resources that they've gathered over the course of a couple of years. So we're just trying to lie low, and what better way than to transport some friends.
Sounds like perfect timing. Maybe, I don't know, we can find a place to stash the ship and you can come with us for a little while, and maybe if, Broomhilda makes Marvin bigger and we could hide it for just enough time for them to get off your trail.
That would be great. We didn't want to impose, but we also didn't want to be sunk into the bottom of the ocean. So at least until Percival contacts us again.
I wouldn't let that happen to you guys.
Have you seen a Merlin Oak ship?
Has she?
I would say you probably have, but it's been a long time.
Okay. It's been a while.
Well, they've gotten bigger. Everything, sales, guns. The population themselves, they've built up quite a navy for themselves.
So we should get our asses to South Amaya as quickly as possible.
Yes.
Got it.
And another thing, if I may, I mean, the closest we are around the capital, the less likely I imagine that they would intervene.
Yeah. That's convenient. Okay.
You see Lucia kind of like looks at you, kind of tilts her head a little bit. Some might say genius.
I'd say so.
All right, you saw it. Don't touch it. I'm putting it back.
Yep. Okay.
You see as she puts it back, you see her head kind of come up a little bit. And maybe you should go out to the window. Apparently something's going on.
Okay. And Saren walks over.
Yep.
And that's when she starts listening.
Yeah.
When does Saren start listening? Like, does she hear the whole thing?
That's up to Saren. I messaged Kayla good amount back. So
Valdani did excuse herself very early on.
Yeah, I think it would be when Valdani and Castian stepped away.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that you heard it all.
So, yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Great. I'm glad Saren heard it all. Awesome. Everything comes up for Saren.
Great.
Great.
Always.
I'm glad.
I think Saren, as you kind of pull away from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, if you need to spend time with them, it sounded like it was rather emotionally charged. It's all right. We have a couple days.
It's okay. Everyone needs a second, I think, tonight. And plus, it's my turn.
That's true.
I don't even know where to start. I guess I can start at, right when I met these guys. And she's gonna go into Brunte, and
You got it.
she probably does not leave out really any details. She goes into the full thing.
Makes
I
sense.
went to Anoria. I met the king. I met the queen.
Mhm.
Or forgave himself.
Yeah, Guar forgave himself. That's
Gar
Gar
forgave
forgave
himself. That was a
Of
big
course, I could
piece of
not
it.
forget that.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Guar hugged himself, and all of a sudden,
Go back
Something
to, go
about
back
a
to the part.
shadow.
Yes. Okay. Go back to the part where he was in his underwear.
always, every morning,
Yeah.
for
You gonna
50
sleep in my
days.
armor? Come on.
Yeah, there was the couple days ago when he was in the water at the grove, and Raylor was staring at him, and
Mm-hmm.
something with
Huxley?
or was it Huxley?
Yeah, it was Huxley.
It was Huxley.
I had no idea about Huxley.
He is a mystery, for sure.
I don't know if this is. Oh, fuck it. I'm not anything but honest. He was somewhat more of a. Wiry, snivelly, snotty kid when we met him. Seemingly. I mean, I know he's our age, but just
He
seems
is-
more like a
a grumpy dickhead that internalizes all of his feelings until he manifests that as trying to kill the love of my life and his, but not actually because he's a simulacrum, and that's what we're trying to figure out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Complicated. It's complicated.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was saying. I didn't see him as very complicated when we met him.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Oh, it would have been before we met you.
I guess things have changed.
Yeah. There was a meeting that went on. Several of the privateers in the area of trying to work on sorting out some big score situations. We were there for, as truly as the youngest, so we didn't stay for very long and then left, and then found out there was a huge happenstance at the end of that. One of the ships got attacked, but we were pretty far gone at that point.
I wonder if that's when, well, Gunther must have been what happened to what Huxley thought was his family. Turns out he's from another plane, and my patron took him back. That was a more recent development.
I don't think so. Probably a different ship.
Nope,
Yes, Kayla, that is the same ship. I just rolled really bad, so they don't know it.
Yeah. You don't remember, like, a crazy little green dude? Just, like, running around. Wait, he's not green.
He's pretty green, yeah.
Is he green? He's pretty green?
Yeah, he's like a grayish green.
Grayish green. Like, crazy little dude with, like, crazy hair, like, running around with freaky
On a
little
scale of-
mushroom.
Scale of 1 to
Things.
10. Like how? Sounds like a 2, so no.
It's not important. He was kind of fun, though. I will miss him.
Sorry. Well, I'm bored. Let's get out the champagne.
Okay.
We'll pause you there.
No, I want you to play it out.
Yeah, well, I know you do.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Eldrin wants the orgies.
Yeah.
I want
keeps-
the smut.
That's behind
Give us the smut.
That's the Patreon version of it.
There's just a little thing. It goes, if you want to see more,
Yeah, if you wanna-
OnlyMongeese.com.
only mongoose.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. I need that as like a sticker.
That's
That
beautiful.
only me and like 5 people will understand, but it's great. Those
Yeah.
are the best jokes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good, when no one understands it.
When no one and you have to explain it.
But like 3 people laugh really hard.
Oh, 100%.
Cool. So yes, I think with that, anything else you guys want to handle that same night? You guys are gonna, you're getting pretty close to midnight at that
I do
point.
want to
so.
handle something this night, but I don't want to. I know that Eldrin has taken a lot of tonight, so I feel bad.
No, go for it. No.
Okay. So, do Norris and Eldrin have a spot to sleep
Yes.
on the deck? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, starting the scene was. How many times is that halfling gonna look down here?
I don't know. She has to sleep at some point.
Do they sleep?
Halflings? Yes, Milo sleeps. Norris, I understand that Tritons are the best race, but don't be xenophobic beyond that.
I'm. Okay. Yeah.
Or I
sorry.
guess xenophobic isn't the right word. Don't be racist? Is that the correct word? It's very difficult. We didn't have any other races really growing up. You know, it's a
Oh yeah, there's a moment of like you see Noros just staring at you crazily.
what?
Do you think there's only Tritons in Honoria?
Well, no, I know that there's not, but I mean, we're the majority and we're the
You
rule.
thought you thought we were the only ones.
Well, I mean, we had diplomats of other races come to the
Mhm.
palace.
Yep. And who else?
I mean, we recently learned about the Ixochitl. I don't know what you're inferring. I mean, the
Hi.
Sahuagin, but they're our enemies.
No, yeah, no,
They're
Wait.
awful. They gave you that scar.
yeah. Do you think Sahuagins live in Honoria?
No, of course not. We wouldn't
Okay.
allow it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So on the, I'm not making fun of you. I just think that it is something that you should probably know. On the like far outskirts, there are there are sea elves. There's water genasi.
I'm sure that's something I would have learned if I was Volmos and was training to be the heir. I apologize that my brothers died and I just became this heir all of a
Okay.
sudden.
Well, great. Yep. Great. That went pretty far. Well, you should know.
I appreciate it.
Hmm.
I think this is a good example of how you're going to be a very important part of the ruling class going forward. I know we haven't discussed it. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be king. You know that, right?
We didn't discuss it because I didn't think there was anything to discuss. I don't.
Well, there's not anything to discuss. I mean, you're going to be like king consort probably, but it's not like you don't have any power.
Great.
If it makes you, Venrus wouldn't have had any power either. It was just going to be a name only.
Why are you over? I don't want that. Can I do what I want?
Yes, you can do what you want, but there will be expectations for you.
Like what?
I don't know. We need to discuss it with my parents. This is new territory. There's never been a commoner who has transcended commonness.
You didn't. Okay. You put a flair on that word that doesn't really need to be there.
Well, you know that it matters. It doesn't matter at all to me.
I know. Which is why I think you've been trained to say that in that way. It's just a really hard C on that commoner. Like it's not a swear.
Oh no, of course not. There are things about my world that you don't understand and things about your world that I don't understand, and I think together we will be a very good ruling class and persona willing, like not like a very long time. My parents were only in their 70s, 80s. I forget. It'll be a very long time.
Your dad seems to have been gaining some weight over the years.
Excuse me?
As a part of the ruling class, it's my job to make sure that I'm honest with my princess.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say some things to you. But the things I was thinking, it was going to be way more dramatic because I was really upset. And I'm a little annoyed with Guar and Milo for making me not as upset. So I feel like it might not hold as much weight.
If you want to pretend for the moment that they didn't say it, you certainly can.
Very well, because as you know me, I have formulated a speech in my head, and I fear that the the emotional weight is better if it had happened before the breakthrough that we just had.
Sure.
Okay. It still means all the same. Anyway, I will. Okay. I fear I have not been very clear enough on how important you are to me. As you know, emotions are not my strong suit, but I know you. You have been off lately. I'm not blind. I know you've been frustrated. I mean, we spoke about it briefly the other day, and you mentioned that sometimes all you need is a reminder, just a reminder that I need you. So this is me reminding you. So please don't argue and just listen. You don't need to respond. I already know how you feel about me. I don't need any reassurances. Not that it's a fault that you do. That's not what I meant. But I think you need to hear how I feel about you. Is that okay with you? What are you looking at?
Just making sure that she's...
We're speaking in primordial. Unless she understands primordial, I think it's fine.
I feel like every pirate on here probably speaks primordial.
Well, I don't understand why they would.
It's fine. Just speak.
Can I continue?
Yeah, speak in whispers. If she's anything like Saren, she could like hear you from like a mile.
Can you
away.
forget that anyone else could be listening right now and just look at me? I just said that emotions are very difficult for me.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We were apart for over a year and a half. That's just it's what it was. And when we found each other again, we fell back together very quickly without taking the time to, I think, get to know or rediscover who we've become. Death and grief were catalysts for our reunion. I think that's important that we acknowledge that, and we owe it to each other to honor who we were, as well as to get to know who we are now. You spent a full year on land to Noros, living without me. You made friends. You could have moved on at any moment, but you didn't. Even when I couldn't promise you a future, you remained true to me. I know you never read it because you're an honorable person, but Sylvia's journal made it painfully clear that she was in love with you. I apologize if this is the first of you, like, hearing that. But
No.
she was. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Let me finish.
Okay.
Anyway, you still waited for me, and you never stopped hoping, and I never want you to feel like you need to prove anything to me. I know that I've been difficult lately. I know that I've been angry and trying to push you away, and I can't promise that I won't continue to do that because you know me. But I'm gonna do my best. I just want to say that we've never had the chance to be just us. I mean, our love grew in stolen moments behind shadows and secrets. But now we have the chance to grow in the light. No more hiding, just us. And I want you to know that you're enough, all of you, even the parts I don't understand. You are very emotional compared to me. But I love that. Even though it's different and I don't understand it. Sorry, yeah, I should keep going with what okay. I know that I take you for granted, and I'm very sorry for that. You're the one thing in my life that I got to choose. And I will keep choosing you every day. Even when it feels like I'm not, which isn't fair, I know. This sounds really stupid, but I feel like you'll like hearing this.
It's a good
Well,
start.
okay. When I look at you, I see my past and my present and every version of my future. Is that better for my start? Sorry, no, that's not what this is about. Okay. You are my home. We are bound, even if we can't remember it. And this is embarrassing, but there's something I want to show you. I don't know if it's exact words I said when we wed, but this is what I wrote when I was trying to figure them out. And I will hand him my journal. And there is a bunch of things written in it. Things like, words are not enough. Does that sound stupid? Crossed out. Should I mention our first kiss? Is that too much? And then that crossed out. And then one thing that says, I hate feelings, but I don't hate you. And then a thing next to it that says, that's just stupid. And like just more things like that about like, can I, or like one thing is written that says, I love you. And then a thing that says, it's got to be longer than that. That's not enough. And then another thing that says, I can't breathe without you. And then it crossed out and it says, that's illogical. I can breathe. I just feel like I can't. And then the last thing written was, I was miserable when we were apart. And then it's the vows that I won't read them out, but Norris will read the vows that I actually said at our wedding. And once he finishes reading it, Eldrin will speak quietly and make him look at her and say, Norris Pelagath, I told Persona himself that I wasn't ready to be with him because I couldn't leave you behind. I told my parents and the council that I would choose you over Honoria, and I meant it. You are second to no one. You were the only person in this world that I would give up a kingdom for. And I know I'm blunt. I know I'm callous. I can seem callous. You know I'm not. I can seem it. I'm not warm or kind all the time, but you know me and you know my heart. And I just need you to be confident in my love and my devotion. And I also find your body extremely desirable. And if we weren't in such close quarters right now, with people most definitely eavesdropping on this declaration, I would be showing you how much I love and appreciate you.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
But for now, remember this. I love you. I don't need you to be better. I don't need you to be different. I don't need you to be anything else. I just need you. You are mine, and I am yours. And I hope that's enough for you. Because it is for me. Also, I really wish I could rip your clothes off right now. But
Honey.
did I do good?
You always do. Gives you a kiss and then said, I need to admit something to you.
Okay.
So it is true that it's true that I was hopeful. I think even despite everything and faithful and true. But there was one night I was very drunk and telling Sylvia about everything I missed about you. And she held my hand. And I held on to it for a while.
I'm glad you had someone who comfort you.
You know, man?
No. Why would I be mad at you? I broke up with you. I told you I chose.
I've been holding that for so long.
I'm not mad at you. Why would I? Norris.
Well, it's just I know that, like, you know, like the hand holding thing is like, it's like our thing. So, you know.
I was engaged to someone else, Norris. How can
Okay,
you
yeah, you don't need to
be-
remind me about that. Okay.
How can you be worried about how I would feel? You're too good for me. And you're going to make a great whatever it is that you are by my side. And we'll figure that out together. I'm not going to name you or make you whatever I want you to be. I want you to decide.
Really?
Yes. And excuse my land language, but if the council has anything to say about it, I will say, fuck it. I'm already married to him.
Aldrin and her ass. Cool.
I'm sorry I've been mean to you lately.
I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you about it. Also, you're good with that whole thing, because I really, like, I
yes.
felt awful the next day. And that was like when I kind of went to, you know, Sylvia, and I was like, hey, Sylvia, we can't do that anymore. And she was like, that was when she told me, and I was like, I think I said cool, dude, and walked out. I don't know.
You're very easy to love, so I can't blame her.
It might be true.
Stop getting so upset with everything Guar does, too. No, sorry, I don't mean it like that. I mean, you're
Yeah, I know. No, I know. Yeah. It's just annoying. Like, he gets, like, everything goes his way all the time.
Makes you feel any better. When I see Guar, it reminds me of Volmos, which I guess this part wouldn't make you feel any better, which also stabs me in the heart.
Make me feel better?
It stabs me in the heart every time I look at him. There's no competition, like romantically, is what I was trying to say. I see him as a brother.
Oh, yeah. No, I know that.
But it does stab me in the heart every time I look at him, and he makes a joke that reminds me of Volmos. But that's my own thing to deal with.
It's just, he's so, like, it's like, man, has that guy had a bad day? I mean, seriously.
I think he has. He was part of a cult and then discovered it. And
Yeah, except all that. And then Eldrin, I think he, like, kind of recognized, like, I've said some similar things to Saren.
Yeah. And I say, I think I've been weaponizing my grief. And I think I'm probably going to continue doing it sometimes, and it's just my fallback. But maybe we can give a little bit more grace to the people that we're with, which sounds like something you would say, so I shouldn't have to be saying this to you.
Maybe we could give a little more grace to the people we're with.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Again, I wish... What?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I wish that I could take your clothes off right now and show you everything I'm feeling.
That was very different than what I was going to say.
Oh, what were you going to say, my love?
I was going to ask if you needed to throw up again, or are you good?
Oh. Yeah, I do. And I go over like that. I grow up.
And we will end that scene there. Beautiful, very nice. I love it. Friends,
Countrymen.
countrymen.
Anorians.
No.
It is
Do
day
I
10.
hear things sleeping over the captain's quarters? I must know.
Kayla is giving the green light. Yes.
Yeah.
Some subtle roaring,
Okay.
perhaps.
I mean, Eldrin's not upset
Maybe
about it. Eldrin, it is what it is. It's a natural thing. So she's
Yeah.
probably the best person to be above
Maybe a
that.
casual purr.
Eldrin's the one that keeps talking about orgies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's making
Oh, sure.
Saren start to think she wants to join.
Oh.
Hey Joe, what's the moon look like?
Oh.
That's a good question.
I feel
Uh,
like we've had a full moon in like the last we haven't been together that long.
I rolled a 5. The moon is not out.
Okay.
So we will move to that morning, and I'm going to roll for today as just a. Okay. I will message you what I rolled.
Great. Exciting. That's fun. There's no anxiety there.
So Eldrin is up
Yes.
an hour before the 6:30 a.m. that Valdani said that she would be giving a class.
You are
Because she does her rituals first.
right. You are either. You are surprised to see that you are not alone.
Okay.
Most of the I'll tell you exactly who in a second, but most of the crew is up. But yeah, so you're doing your rituals. JB, where are you?
Which now with this music, I'm like, I know this isn't
South
what it
of
is,
Cleveland.
but I'm like, Eldrin's rituals are like some interpretive dance of like cleaning. I know that's not what it is, but the music.
But
makes
now you wish
feel-
it was.
Now I wish it was.
Yeah.
Somehow
God.
she gets like a dancing scarf.
Yeah, I made her so subtle and like, I want her to be Fabian right now with like.
There's a moment that you're doing that, and I think like Guar and Noros kind of step back. It just seems like kind of a weird thing that Prasanna makes her do this. She definitely doesn't.
You know, she seems
No.
more free on
Ugh.
top of the ocean.
Which is
Eldritch is
weird, right? 'Cause
boring
how many
and-
times did you hear her throw up last night? I mean,
Yeah.
it was at least 5.
Eldrin's boring and just cleans her freaking armor and her stupid trident and prays.
Beautiful.
But Larianne wants her to be free.
Yeah. How do you guys spend your mornings?
I do my ritual, which is way cooler than Eldrin.
Oh yeah, it's way cooler.
Because
It's
I
so
do my
cool.
I do my
Do you
halberd
roar?
kata.
Do you go?
No, I'm not the one that roars. So
I hate it.
I think Guar would do his armor cleaning / praying, and then since it's really tight quarters, I think he would do his like halberd kata
His Tai
on the
Chi.
deck. Yeah, on the deck. It's like gun kata from Equilibrium, but with a
Eldrin
halberd.
says.
So
Eldrin
halberd
says
kata.
you have to do it so close to me. There's a full ship.
You can't evade me. Come on.
I was here first.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I slept on the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Guar,
go
we
there.
slept on. Guar, we slept on here.
You slept back there. I'm in the.
Okay,
front.
I know you don't need to swing that far. I saw you do. You're moving your feet closer to me.
No, that's just how big my feet are.
Bahamut may need big like gestures. Persona needs just me, and
I'm
need
starting
you
to crackle with a little bit of electricity. Also, I'm armorless right now. I'm like,
Are you Gwarzan?
I'm Gwarzan. I'm full
Okay.
Gwarzan right now.
Oh,
so I'm
where's
just-
Jack?
I clean my armor. I don't want to get it sweaty.
Well, obviously. Eldrin
Yeah.
just doesn't take off these robes that Persona gave. Actually, Eldrin says, you know, if you had robes from your god, you wouldn't feel the need to have to take them off. I can sleep in these comfortably because my god, you know.
Yes, well, my God
Just
wants
know
me to
them on me.
experience.
My god is proud of me when I experience adversity, even as no matter how slight it
Well,
is.
maybe my god has felt that I've experienced enough adversity with bearing two brothers.
You know, Elton, it's really important that I concentrate on this right now, so I don't want to, slice anyone's head off. So
Milo,
Jack
what is
there?
the? I'll let you know.
I want to know.
I can't make I can't make the funny if you call it before.
I'm trying to connect with Bahamut here, and I'm trying to focus, and you keep criticizing the fact that I'm doing this too close to you, even though I have given you plenty of room. You've just come into my orbit to do this.
Here first.
Milo, where are you?
I think definitely not to the crow's nest, but maybe to the like aft mast, the back mast. Milo's gonna like walk up and just kind of stand up there and do his morning stretches up at the top of that mast. Do his normal his morning like affirmations and annoying exercises.
Beautiful.
Annoying exercise.
Annoying exercises.
Yeah, he's doing handstand push-ups on top of the mast.
That's just showing off.
It helps with balance, and it helps with my core strength. Leave me alone.
You see, Milo, roll me an initiative roll.
What is my initiative? Right. It looks like 21.
Okay, cool. You are doing this, and then all of a sudden you notice the crow's nest, a little head kind of pops out. Just...
You sleep up there?
What are you doing?
It's really loud down there, so I was coming up here to clear my head before the day.
This is my spot to clear my head.
Well, that's your spot. I'm over here.
No.
Also, you don't seem to leave there, so like...
All the more reason for you to stay away from my spots.
Okay, now you added an extra S on that second one.
Because it seemed like I needed to, because you don't seem to understand that my spot is here, there, and there.
Yeah, that's several spots. You're correct, yeah.
Yeah.
That is several spots. Okay, cool. I will, I'm just gonna as Milo's talking, his butt is on the top of the mast, and he's doing a plank, but he's doing sit-ups as well. So his legs are straight out in front of him, and he's just doing sit-ups while he's talking. Okay, cool. I'm like almost done with my routine. I can head down. Do you you just hang out up here 24 hours a day or 26 hours a day? I don't know how long days are.
If I answer, am I distracting you from finishing up?
No, not at all.
For the most part.
Okay. Is it like it's too people-y down there, or is it like you have a sworn duty?
Do you think that we're
Do
you think we're this close to have this conversation right now? Or are you just always this open with people?
How far are the masts apart?
About 20 feet.
Yeah, Milo's gonna jump to the crow's nest.
Okay. You see her in response immediately jump onto the bulwarks of the crow's nest, like perfectly positioning herself in a space just defensively. She has no idea why you're getting over here.
Yeah, you're right. We were like shouting and like I was asking you personal questions. This is a lot closer. Yeah.
This is not better.
Oh. To answer your question primarily, yeah, I am kind of this open to everybody. It really helps with like, team cohesion and like, it tends to like disarm any. I just what you see is what you get for the most part with me, except for the whole werewolf part. But you did see that, so that's really the only part I keep hidden most of the time.
Roll a perception check, Milo.
$19.
Okay. Kayla, check your messages.
I want messages.
You don't get it.
Damn. Because I'm not special. I'm not good enough.
Me as a kid when my parents would get credit card offers in the mail.
Where's
want
my
messages.
You see Zenfir just... Okay, yeah. Are we done with this conversation? Can you go back to your mast, which is not your mast?
Yeah. Yep, I'll go back to my mast. And Milo jumps back over.
Okay. Before you do, please hold.
I don't know if that's good enough, but that's funny.
Please hold.
Okay, so maybe written down, Kayla?
Yeah?
Cool. You see there is a stack of like papers that are that has like a pistol over top of it holding it down. Milo, you read you read what looks to be like a list of things barked out. You read, like a shadow in the night, storm closed in. And then another one that says, you messed with the wrong halfling, idiot.
Milo's not going to hide that he looked at that, but he'll look back at Zenfir and say, all right, cool, going back to my mast.
She immediately, I think, you said you're not hiding, she immediately, what?
What?
I was holding on to them.
Yeah,
because Cece wrote them.
Yeah, and like it gets really windy up here, so like paper's not. You got to hold it down, right? Like it's not. You got to secure it. I get it. You're good.
Don't tell anyone.
I wouldn't dream of it. I don't want to mess with. I don't want to mess with the wrong halfling.
She doesn't see that as a joke. She just nods. She doesn't see, like she thinks that's a good line. It's just like, yeah. Okay. Beautiful. And you clamber down.
Yeah. I walk gracefully down this mast.
You roll me an acrobatics check, DC 55.
I don't have to. I can travel on vertical spaces. On vertical spaces.
I don't have to.
Yeah, but this is a ship going back and forth.
Hey, you know what? It's beautiful.
So it's sometimes diagonal. That's fair. That was a nat 20.
Yeah, he doesn't have to roll, Joe. He's a fucking monk.
I forgot to say you had disadvantage because you're on the sea and that's new and yeah.
Milo pulls a unicycle from somewhere.
Incredible. Cool. So as you come down, Milo, you see give me what did you roll on your perception check?
19.
19. Cool. You notice that there are some crates kind of closer to the bow of the ship that seem to be like placed in a sort of a strange, weird angle. Something that you noticed that last night they weren't in that shape.
Yeah, I guess Milo's gonna like he'll walk over to that and he'll like try and push one. Do they feel heavy?
Okay. You you push one, and you see. Hey.
Hey, Jack. These seem to like be out of. I don't know. They didn't look like these crates didn't look like this before, so I was trying to help out and make sure stuff was secured. But it seems like you got everything. Cool.
Don't tell anyone.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Okay, thanks. Give me an investigation check.
That was another nat 20 for a 20.
You start to notice like kind of like a quick sort of tracing angle of the like space between the crates that perfectly lines up to an angle of a certain half elf practicing his moves shirtless.
Yeah. Milo's gonna stealth behind Jack, and just sneak up on him, and you don't have to like ogle him in secret.
Wow.
You can do it out in public.
Hey man, I'm but that's not his accent.
Hey man.
Hey man.
Nora?
Hey dude. Fuck you. No.
I shook him so much he changed
Yeah, he changed
nationalities.
Well, you just let me. I know I don't have to. Hey, look at this face. I know I don't have to.
Oh, is the hiding a part of the? Is that the part of the fun? Okay, yeah, fun, cool. You have a good one.
Look
and
at
Milo's
that
gonna
face.
Milo's gonna pat him on the ass and walk away.
Oh, okay. The scene stays with him a little bit. He's just like, yeah, all right.
Score 1 for Jack.
that's the shadow's ass. All right. Cool. Saren, where do you wake up?
Saren wakes up, and I think she stays in the captain's quarters until she sees Lucia start to wake up. And the first thing she says to her is she looks over and goes, when I first arrived here and you said there were no extra hammocks below deck, were you fucking with me just to fuck me?
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
I'm glad you did it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Do you... Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Do you think Jack is out staring at Guar? Because I feel like that's where he is.
What time is it?
She's gonna like look out at like where the sun is in the sky or something.
Yeah. That's
early enough.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, just about. I know this might be difficult in your. It might be difficult in your crew to withhold some of the things that we talked about last night. I would urge you to try to. Some of our crew don't know the details of what we've picked up. They know we picked up something.
We have so much going on. They don't need to know the details either. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Just that maybe you guys will be staying with us for a little bit longer than we thought.
Great.
I have a few more things to tell you guys. I kind of just covered the general epic adventure part, but when you and Jack have a second, maybe we can get with Cosvier. I can kind of explain the whole Raylar situation and this deal that I'm wrapped up in.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, do you think Gua is done?
Who knows? I think it would be funny to sneak up on Jack, though.
Yeah.
If you're
and then
if you're looking at Guar, Milo has walked over and started working out with Guar in compromising positions
Yeah,
with
Um,
Mike's permission.
please
So-
tell me Saren can see that outside of the window or something.
Saren and Lucy, I apologize, cannot see that because it would be directly above them.
They do hear Eldrin say, Milo, seriously, I am standing right here.
It's just like a full 80s workout video.
Yeah.
I know
and-
that you're smaller than me, but you don't need to stand in front of me.
No,
and push
it's
me
not
away.
it's not like an imposition. I can move through your space. I can move around you. It's fine. We're good.
This is a holy moment, and I'm trying to pray to Persona.
Fine. you see Jack just get, I mean, I think Milo, only you see it really, like, because you know where he's and like just kind of like walks off in a huff.
I also
It's
say, Milo,
not not fun anymore. Milo walks away.
Milo, I'm trying to get this. As Milo's walking away, she's like, "Good, walk away. I'm trying to get this done before I have to be at Valdani's class."
Yes, the class, the real class.
Speaking of coming out, and Saren, you could come out if you wanted to, whatever you wanted. I think Jack might be.
She comes out so explosive.
Yeah.
I think Saren would be wandering out after she heard whatever was happening up there. She
Yeah.
like craned her neck out the window and went, "Oh, I'm gonna go see what's happening. I don't know if I want to though."
Well, let me know if it's interesting.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Guar. Traps look great.
Yeah, of course they do.
Don't encourage him.
Thank you, though. Good morning, Valdani.
Eldrin, your arms look spectacular.
Okay.
That's right.
Did you hear that? Your arms are better than mine.
She didn't say that.
Spectacular. Great. Spectacular.
I
I'm
don't
just
need
saying.
anyone else to affirm me. I know where I stand in Persona's light.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to bed.
All right, I need to get to.
Sorry,
Oh.
Guar, I didn't mean to be rude. I meant what I said, but my tone was harsh. Let me rephrase that. I look at Norris when I say that, and I say, I do not need to be affirmed by anyone but Persona. Thank you for the trying?
Hey, thank you for the trying.
Is this okay? So every waking moment of every day is this?
No, just like
No,
sometimes.
it's just here on land, in Honoria. Everything makes way more sense.
We're
No,
not
it's
on land. We're surrounded by water.
Okay.
No, it's
yes.
definitely everywhere.
On above the deep sea.
And
that's
under
how
it.
that's how you say that. Yeah. No, I think it's just I think we're like, some of us are like actually hungover, and then some of us are like emotionally hungover. And I think
Yes.
it's just everyone's feeling a little
I
bit weird right now,
suppose
especially
that's squishy.
Eldrin because she's
Little
feeling a
squishy.
little bit seasick still.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not seasick. I am fine. And
You see Noros come up to you, come up to your ear. Honey, I didn't tell them anything.
I'm not seasick. I am absolutely fine because I have the strength of Persona coursing through my blood and my veins and every part of me. If I was seasick, it would be because of Umberly, who is just chaotic and makes no sense. But that doesn't matter.
Maybe you should tell Prasanna to put a little more color in your cheeks, because now that I see it, if you need any help with that, my brother can.
I'm fine if I need any help with that. Prasanna himself can help me with it if I so choose.
Maybe a little less color down the hull of the ship.
Prasanna what?
If Prasanna doesn't feel like it because they're busy doing God things, you can talk to my brother.
Well, Prasanna has given me the gifts and for me to do something about it, which I don't need to, but I could if I wanted to. Is what I would like to say.
That's the most ridiculous statement. You put my brother to shame on the cleric statements of things.
I don't understand. Yes, your brother does worship a god who, is below Prasanna. Him and I have already had a discussion about that. We have agreed to disagree.
You talked to Cuspid?
Oh yes, we spoke at length last night.
Wow. Okay. Saren, you come out of this. Eldrin talked to Cuspid. Did he talk back?
Oh yes, he had much to say.
Maybe a cleric thing?
I don't know. All I know is that our conversation was very pleasant, and I think he ranked me a 7 out of 10. And I look around at any pirate I can see on this crew, and I say, and he said mostly all of you are a 5 out of 10.
You hear Jack up. Yeah, I see it. 7.5.
I don't see why. It was a just very honest conversation. I told him how I feel about Umberly, and he told me some things about her as well. Actually, he didn't actually say anything about Prasanna negatively. I did tell him that Umberly was like a child having a tantrum.
So you pretty much make friends wherever you go.
I don't need to make friends wherever I go. I have the friends that I want to have.
All right. Quartermaster, what do I need to focus on today?
It's 6:35, and you said that we were going to have a class at 6:30. Is that true, or were you teasing me? And if so, I will go do what I want to do.
That's right.
It seems that you were just teasing
No,
me.
we were on Pacific time. That's why. So you'll learn about it in the class. It will be starting in about 20 minutes at the bow.
Well, that makes no sense. Normally, time zones are off by hours, not 25 minutes.
I'm sorry. Are you teaching me how it works on a pirate ship? Please don't be late to my class. And she walks off.
Eldrin mutters something that is just very rude and primordial to Norovs.
Eldrin.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Miley, I always forget that you can understand me.
Wow. Honestly, Milo holds a hand up for a high five.
I awkwardly, as someone who's, not sure what to do but has seen it before, is I was told to look at the elbow, and then we can... We do a perfect high five because Eldrin looks at your elbow.
Because you look at the elbow.
Yeah.
Because, guys, it works.
Yeah, and Eldrin says...
It just works.
Was that right?
That was perfect. No, both what you said and the high five.
Very well.
More of both of those.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Where's everyone?
Apparently, Valdani is preparing for the class that she forgot that she was teaching us this morning. She used
Yeah.
a poor excuse about time zones.
And then Jack is trying to figure out how to be a voyeur on a very tiny ship.
Oh.
And
Wow.
then
I mean,
what?
Wow.
sometimes you can. I look at Jack and I say, you can honestly just, depending on who you're watching, just ask, and they may be fine with it. It's all.
No,
about
I think.
consent.
Okay.
Well, I think
I'm
it's.
doing
I think that's a
push-ups
part of
now.
the. I think that's a part of the interest. But like,
Listen,
I mean, you should still get consent.
I did. Okay. I listen. First off, there's a certain level of like be cool among
Clapping push-ups.
and I think you should all just. It's fine.
If it's
And-
Guar that you're looking
no, yeah,
at,
no,
I'm
definitely be
told
cool.
by.
Yeah.
One
say
arm
it-
push-ups.
If it's Guar that you're looking at, I'm told by my husband that he has a. I look at Norris. What is it? A pass on the ship? Norris?
Sorry.
I asked Norris, just he confirm from what he heard from Broomhilda.
Noros kind of looks at.
Crunches. Doing crunches now.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
told that he has a pass on the ship, so I'm sure if you just spoke with him and communicated. Oh, these land people seem to not know how to communicate. If you communicated what your intentions are, I'm sure you could move past all of this and get straight to the pleasure of it.
Okay.
I'm doing,
You
I'm
see,
doing pull-ups
you
on
see,
the jib now. Pull-ups on the jib.
you see Jack. Even with that, like looks at Eldrin and Noros, looks at Eldrin and looks at Noros. I'm so sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
And walks off. So seriously, is everybody gonna be here, or where's the,
399.
Oh, you mean the? Wait, do you mean
400.
Wilbur or do you mean?
Yeah, Wilbur.
Oh, Wilbur.
Wilbur
I don't know,
stayed up really.
Sometimes he just sleeps through the day.
He's. I'll be honest. He did wander onto the deck last night, very excited, looking for Lucia, seeing if he could steer the ship. And then when Norris and I informed him that Lucia wasn't up here yet, he did try and stay awake as long as he possibly could, waiting for her. And then I'm pretty sure at some point passed out and is still sleeping.
Oh, it's a deep burn.
I did put a blanket on him.
You see, Castian is full tearing up.
And I say, I mean, again, this was another example of how communication could have helped in this situation. He could have knocked on the door and asked Lucia, but instead he waited. And now he's asleep in a corner somewhere. Don't worry, he's covered with a blanket from the High Mage, or the Archmage of Honoria.
It's probably better that he didn't knock on the door.
Yes, you were quite loud last night.
I will talk to the captain immediately.
Well, he needs to sleep. Wilbur is very special, and he needs to sleep.
How long does he usually sleep for?
I mean, he needs a full 8 hours. I would say he fell asleep maybe 5 hours ago. So let's just give him the morning.
So does he? Okay, so just let me know when he normally sleeps, and I'll just make sure that I fix my sleep cycle to.
I will find you as soon as he wakes up.
Okay, you want to do that? That's great. Yeah, I'm easy to spot. I'm a giant furbog. Okay.
As long as I'm not still in the training with Valdani. I don't know how long it goes. In Honoria, our training often goes for the entire day with no breaks. So I don't know what to expect with her.
Whole day, huh?
Okay.
Well, yes, because you're stronger if you're struggling. I look at Norris. I say, agreed.
That answers.
Oh, you're stronger if you
so many
win.
questions.
Well, yes. I mean, and you win. I mean, you were training to be a soldier, my love.
Yeah, and I won.
I mean, you won me.
I won a lot. I was good.
I believe you.
I don't think you do.
I do. Do you want to spar right now? Because we can.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
we have
okay.
15 minutes. Oh.
We just haven't sparred in a long time.
Well, we couldn't last night because we said, then.
Oh no, I didn't mean like that. I meant like actually sparring, like how we started our relationship, where you taught me how to fight.
Yeah, okay. Well, if we could.
I mean, 100% if it was just you and I right now. Oh my goodness, the things I would do to you.
You hear Wilbur just go, trying to sleep.
Eldrin says all that with complete like deadpan, like it. Just the things I would do to you.
Trying to sleep over here. Cassian immediately kind of moves. Is Wilbur awake?
No, let him sleep.
No.
Okay.
No,
I
no,
apologize,
he's not.
Wilbur. I forget that you are not as open to the sexual exploits of Tritons.
Making it worse.
Milo walks over to
I do a
Castian
really
and-
awkward wink to Norris, which he finds extremely attractive.
Yeah.
If anyone else
she
saw
does
it, they'd be like,
Yeah, not off-putting at all.
it's not
So
off-putting.
She does that.
No.
What were you saying, Milo?
Milo like wanders off and finds Castian and, hey, Castian, I have a question. I don't know if it's. Do you know how to make breakfast drink?
If he knows, so help me God.
I love that this is the Box of Doom roll. What?
I've been asked to stop making that drink years ago. It's a 19. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so I
Do you want a breakfast? He's talking way too loud. Do you want a breakfast drink?
Yes, I would love. Can you show me? Can you help? Can I help you make it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Can I ride on your shoulders?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You see, at this point, Cece, who's been making his rounds, kind of points the cannon over in that direction, and you see Jacko. Cece, no, they're fine. Just point it out.
This awkward, intense flirting that Eldrin and Norris are doing. Is Saren up here?
Yeah, Sarah is just sitting there.
Yeah, Eldrin looks at Saren and says, I need a room. Now.
Now.
The princess needs a room.
Is that Norris?
Is that Jack?
Yeah, that's Norris.
Is there one we can use? Or, I mean, honestly, if you guys just agree not to come downstairs for... I look at Norris. 20 minutes? 30?
Hang on, where's Broomhilda?
I'm gonna say we roll for it.
I
Do
look
we
at Sarah
least know she's awake?
straight in the eyes.
She is awake, yes, for sure.
Okay.
I look Saren straight in the eyes and I say, I find his body very desirable right now, and I would like to express that.
Thank you for sharing. Please never do it again. Let me go find Raylor and make sure no one's downstairs, and just tell nobody to go down there.
I look at Norris and I say, we've done it in worse places. And I grab his hand.
Nice.
Yeah, you like pass by George. George, who's George?
George. George.
You pass by this guy. You pass by the pirate George.
The cannon.
you pass.
Arnard.
You pass by George the pirate. Those kids, they're gonna make it.
I love that so
George.
much. Who did I pass
Kayla, that was
by?
on the list, right? George the pirate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who did I pass by, Joe?
Coming to a mid-journey near you.
George.
I
George the
mean,
pirate.
the joke is lost at this point, but yeah, you pass by Jack, and Jack goes, "Okay, no, you know what? I get it. Yeah, I mean that's also pretty hot."
I think Guar's completely unfazed. Completely. I'm just doing my cooldown meditation and just not there at all.
You're doing your cooldown meditation, and George, I guess, no, and Jack is like, okay, well, I guess I can do what I'm supposed to be doing today, and just walks away now that you're not working out.
Yeah.
As Saren passes by Jack, she goes, "Are you gonna flirt all of my friends.
I would say Wilbur's in the clear.
Fair. Go on.
All right.
We're so cute. We're in a little ball.
Thank you. And heads off. Friends, I need all of you to roll me a d6.
No.
That's the square one.
Shut your mouth.
George?
It's
George?
canon.
That's George.
That's
It's
George.
canon. It's canon. It's canon.
No, that's a cannon.
Yes.
That's the round one.
I got a 4.
4.
I
Okay.
got a
I
4 as
also-
well.
I
also
also
got a
got a 4.
Wait, did you get a 4 too, Jamie?
Yes.
What?
All right, everybody,
Uh,
have a good night. I can't do this.
Wait for Miranda right now and ask her to roll a dice.
Okay. Okay. So we need to honor that, right? So I'm going to say I will honor it in a minute. I need everybody to roll me a d6 again.
That's the square one.
That's the square one.
Ugh, I got a
Why did
6
I get
this
another
time.
4?
Hey,
Wait, what did you get?
A 4?
wow.
I
What
got
did you get?
I got a 6.
I also got a 6.
Oh my god.
This is why we ended up in Farad or whatever
Yes.
together, because we.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I can't say it.
I rolled a 1.
All right, George.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna say it was the lowest roll. Jamie,
Yeah.
roll me a d20.
No! Whenever
You
we
have
have to do this, it's bad.
You have advantage
Okay.
because of the 4s that you all rolled. I will
That was
allow you to have
incredible.
advantage.
That was incredible. I wish we had all rolled the 4s again.
Oh. Can I get
that.
like super
Don't-
advantage? Oh wait, I have.
You have advantage.
You do have inspiration. I will allow
inspiration.
it for
Is that one?
It's just
Is that one
right?
reroll? Okay. Cool.
Can I guide him?
that. No.
You can have my advantage.
Can I help him?
Okay,
Your
that's much
inspiration,
better.
Jesus
am I
Christ.
am I adding anything to this, or is it a raw roll?
Robert.
Okay.
Is raw dog in it?
13.
Raw and wriggling.
Okay. So the DC is 13.
For what? Stop it.
Milo, as you look out to the open seas, something in the distance comes closer. And soars up. High into the sky. It still continues to come closer. 100 feet. 50 feet. 20 feet. 10 feet. I got breakfast. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. See you guys next week.
Bye.